the CEOs stand coming with the spoon. And your boy Friday the South and band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, man, you battle.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, man, you battle.
Spoon.
Besetu.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Bada.
Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
Kuwa. Bese kuwa, kudileo. Kuwa, kudileo.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEOs stand coming with the spoon. And your boy Friday the South and band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon.
yes, indeed.
You from
And to
Funjama,
Spoon, wherever you're watching from and however you're watching, welcome to it. This wonderful, wonderful evening from across Liberia, wherever you are listening from. Maybe you're listening to Fabric 101.1 FM, or you're listening to Spoon 107.5 Super 95.5. Welcome to it this wonderful evening. Those who are watching across Liberia, if you're way there in Bolonwe town, I want to welcome you. Folks sitting and watching Grand Gita County, I want to welcome you from across the world. I also want to welcome you to Spoon FM and Spoon Talk this great evening from the nation's capital, Monrovia. The name is Strokon Flammer. Gonna be sitting here until my colleague Damo Slanger can arrive here this evening. We're gonna be bringing you fascinating edition of the show on today. Our discussants I prepare and ready to bring you up to date. There's so many things happening in the nation's capital, especially Monrovia on Capitol Hill. A lot of drama. I see that the richest thing at the back. I've been trying to bring her on. Good evening, Dad.
Jokan, it's good to see you. I'm so happy that you're starting the show today. How are you doing?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I heard there's a lot of issues going on in Morovia today, huh?
So much more, Dad.
Yes.
So much more.
Yes.
So it's good that you're here.
Yes. When the panelists, when the rest of the team get here, we'll be discussing some of the hottest issues, the topic of the day that people are speaking about in Morovia. But I'm here for a limited time. I'm going to be leaving you to also open the phone lines and also to tell us a little bit about what's been happening in Morovia. But I have a class tonight. I usually just get the show started with you guys, and then I have to disappear and go to school at 4:30. I also wanted to announce that this Friday we're going to have a debut of Spoon Talk Business. Will be airing on this Friday on various platforms, and this is because we do not want to mix politics and business together, because we know how that can be. It's like mixing oil and water. Sometimes it doesn't get fully mixed. So if you're interested in advertising your business or telling Liberians about your business ideas, or maybe an experience that you had in Liberia, please contact me or Miss Titi Kane, who is the CEO, and we'll definitely be able to schedule you for you to present your thoughts and views to the Liberian people around the world. So that's the purpose of that show. It's going to air every Friday at 2 p.m. So I want you to remember that. This Friday, we're going to have an amazing show. We're going to be debuting our meeting show. This is going to be the first of its kind, and it's going to be just excellent. I will tell you more about it as we get closer. So part of the agreement is that we're going to kind of show the flyer to interest. We're going to show the flyer on Spoon TV. So I think that's it. That's what I wanted to tell you, Trokan, since you got me talking about myself here. That's what I wanted to tell the Liberian people. I just wanted to introduce you to what's going to be happening this Friday. But I'm sure tonight we're going to be discussing the senators' retreat. I'm going to miss a fascinating show. I'm definitely going to miss one. I know definitely the panelists will be discussing the retreat. I hope that we will be getting results for the Liberian people as to what was the retreat was all about. I would be so happy to hear that there was a major breakthrough at the retreat. Several things were done that would be beneficial to the Liberian people. That would be my primary interest right now, as how and when and how much they spend. Liberian people, you'll find out when when the panelists come here. It's always an interesting subject. I don't. What else is going on in Monrovia? I know the Western Cluster is still a topic, a hot topic. We talked about it yesterday. Um, the president had a ban, and then apparently he went back and reneged on his uh, ban, and the public work minister lifted the ban. So, who's in charge here? President says one thing. After a few weeks or so, the minister of public works, apparently in consultation with the Western Cluster and the president, lifted the ban. So, who's in charge is the question. Are they not working in concert? So many people have many questions, but it's good to see everybody here today. I'm sure you guys are going to be a very instrumental part of this conversation today. The moderator, CEO, reads through the comments, and he understands, he listens to what you guys have to say. And this is the people station, no matter who you are, how you were elected. If you're elected by 50%, 20%, and CEO likes to joke me and says we're only 1%, but we do have a stake in this whole election process. The 1%ers who got something to say, as well as the 20%ers or the 50%ers, right? Tricon, you agree with me, right?
Yeah, everybody has a voice.
Yeah, like pure for all of us now. And not only for the people who won. So yes, great. You're here to rescue me so I can at least leave our viewers and listeners in good hands here, in Tricon's hands and in your hand. How are you doing today? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Choco, can you tell Nelson to pick up his phone, please? Can you tell Magic to tell him? I think he just left the studio. Tell him to call me, please. Choco, how you doing? Dr. Richardson, how are you? You should be teaching today, right?
Yes, I am. I came in to make our announcement about our signature show, our debut starting Friday. So
okay.
Just to get you guys started, and then I'm gonna have to disappear.
Oh, thank you very much for being so kind to get us, because I think the guys are waiting for Duado. Who knows what Duado is trying to do? Is it raining in Liberia, Trigger?
Yeah, I think so. Raining
you think
outside.
So, or it's raining? You think so, or it's raining?
Maybe not.
You think so, maybe or maybe not? Which one?
When you were last outside.
No, it wasn't raining, but I think I heard that it raining.
Ladies and gentlemen, it may say it thinks so, but it rain like bro. You can't even spot through the window. It may say it thinks so.
No window.
No window in the studio yet.
No window at the studio. No window.
No window.
This city got the best me in our whole place. That I like this city's office. You can see.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Hey, but Dr. Richardson, thank you for said no rain today in Police Academy. Bobby Toet said no rain. Eva Jala Richardson says she's washing. Lovette Bundu. Miata Dennis, they're all washing, man. Come on, Louis Pay. Thank you for watching. Whoever you are, where you find yourself today, sit back, relax. The lawmakers crying, the senators are crying, say, oh, Spoon says 700,000 was spent. Chocolate, can you upload this different information? Senator DeLong cussing, you said that nonsense, But I got a few questions. Dr. Richard said, going to be interesting today. I don't know why irritating Senator DeLong. Did he receive money or he didn't receive money? Senator DeLong received $10,000 just a few days ago. Okay? All the senators, 29 of them, they cannot deny. And I know I'm not starting the show. Let me pause. Let me calm down. Let me cool off. Let me tell the people to come. These guys are receiving money, and when you push them just to say something, then they get angry.
Let us share the show, please. If you watch it, please.
If we're going to share the show, the people are coming on. They are coming to school. Don't come to class late. Come on. We gotta say these things.
So maybe we can start to take calls.
No. That's my show, not your show. But that's what you can do in the morning. I think you can do in the morning. You'll take calls. They'll do this. No. Please. Yeah.
Please, let's appreciate Trokan, okay? Trokan started the show today for us. So. We hear you. You talking? So Trokan, I think I've been on the phone. He's
We are
on-
not getting you.
Oh, now he's back.
Yeah, so I asked Nelson to stay there with you for a minute. I was talking to Nelson. I said, because you scared Nelson, you told him to go home. So I just begged him. I said, let him stay there. Yeah, that Richardson, the issue is that I know the guys are coming on. I know people want to hear from us. But my question to all the senators, did they receive 10,000 or more just 2-3 days ago? Can they tell the Liberian people, apart from the paycheck, how much each senator received? 29 of them, because they didn't give nothing to Yan Twine. They didn't get Yan Twine nothing. 29 of them received 10,000. So 29 out of the, how you call this?
That's 29,000.
Huh?
That's 29,000, right? If 10 of them receive.
No, let me see my document. It came from the beginning. No. The beginning. Me. Yeah. I got document. I got. You said that how much? 29,000. That the richest thing you don't buy.
No, I don't math. I don't prefer key math.
They were 29. They get 10,000 each. So that equal 29,000. Ain't that the richest thing?
90,000, about 200.
Let me receive 290,000. Ain't that the richest thing?
Yes.
That richest
Sorry.
thing no marvel.
Sorry.
10 times 29. That's the richest thing.
Yes, that's sorry.
So you carry 0 plus 0, 0. And play that perfect key math. That woman I said 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 1 plus 1, 1. You carry one go where?
90,000, you right.
You carry one go where? Talk about that video, man.
Hey, man.
Carry one. No. We are playing. You carry one go
It
where?
is 29,000. I just did it to my phone here.
You know, that's why we asked you that the richest issue. I'm going to elementary school in Liberia, but you decided to go elementary school in New York. You know, y'all do your own math by calculator. We do it up here. 290,000 the lawmakers receive.
Correct.
So what were these guys going to argue with me? And the show today will be interesting because we're going to ask Prince Moyi to speak on this thing. But how can they tell me that CEO you are not correct? My good friends in the Senate, my good old friends, the bad guys, the good guys, everybody received 10,000. Oh, listen, not a paycheck. Hey, man, I'm not starting this show, man. Come on, Dr. Richardson. Come on. Where the picking go again? Dr. Richardson, I know you are hanging on a few minutes for the other people to come, but to be frank with you, how can they say, apart from our paycheck, we received 10,000, but CEO not 700,000? I don't understand. I don't understand. These difficult, but what you're going again, Nelson? These difficult times, right? Yeah, Mary Lincoln said, CEO, calm down. Okay, let me pause. You know, I'm hot. I'm in Zico because the people think we're stupid. So I think Chuckle right. Let's go to the full line. We'll break it down, precinct by precinct, line by line, a little here and a little there. We got to do it. Dr. Richardson, these guys, them fussing. They said I lied, like my good friend, how you call him? Melvin Cole, the representative. Say, CEO lied on me. I'm not trying to remove Fonati Kofa. But you met Musa Belete though. And you discussed about removing Fonati Kofa. And Musa Belete said no. Then you say I lied on you. Was I dead? No. Folks, we are here to give you the information. The lawmakers, most of them, as early as it is, they are lying to us. And I said most of them. But I will ask you, which one, as of today, which one you will consider a good lawmaker now? Now, the person I saw here on this show, coming on this show, Fadiga, I don't know whether we can bring in. I don't like this guy no more. I care less, Dr. Richardson. This guy, my friend, he visited me. I don't care no more. Because I will deal with him. I will deal with him today with documentation.
According to the law.
According to the law of 6 seats. According to AB law. AB criminal law. Folks, We are going to tell you those lawmakers that are preparing themselves to run 2029. So they are preventing, they are doing everything possible to do that which is wrong. I heard Senator, they don't call in nonsense radio station insulting us, but it's okay. He's not the only person. He can insult us. But can anyone go and ask Senator Dillon, did he receive $10,000 that wasn't his legal paycheck? Let's have this conversation. Did Amaracona receive $10,000 that wasn't his legal paycheck? Did Evan Snow receive $10,000 apart from his paycheck? Did Yombly Kanga Lawrence, the pro-tem, my senator from Grand Bassa County, did she receive $10,000 apart from her paycheck? They want us to talk? Let's talk. They want us to talk? Let's talk. Hey, Ellen Johnson. Ellen L. Johnson. I can go by way. And our birthday jet pass was May 24th. But you guys, I'm gonna say hi to you, Ellen. How you doing today, Mama? But I'm asking a general question here. We're gonna welcome my brother Fadiga. Dr. Richardson, don't you leave? You got 1 more minute. Hey, Dr. Richardson, you got 5 more minutes. It's just 4:22.
I gotta go get started. I gotta switch computers.
But you got any last word before you switch computer? Because I'm jumping into this thing. Whoever here, I'm gonna share the document. I'm gonna go into this thing because the Liberian people want to know. You got anything to say, Dr. Richardson?
I was here for the show, but I feel like
you gotta go work. You need that money, Dr. Richardson. Yep. You gotta go work.
Yep. So you guys have a great show. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you very much.
If I'm done early, I will have one. If not,
Dr. Francine Special Chinwe Abraham Richardson. Thank you.
Whatever. Bye-bye.
So you're leaving me with Fadiga, the person that I don't like. Hey, Ase, can you come on quick? Hey, Ase, can you come on? I really don't like this guy. I really don't like this guy.
I know I'm the minority on this show. I will accept it, Stanton. You guys can misuse me, but I will do what I can for Liberia.
And at the end of the day, I just want, I'm going to continue, but I want to say, folks, we will hear from you. We will get on the show. Everybody coming up. Fadiga, how you doing today? How is Monrovia? How is Liberia?
It's raining, man. I never knew it could rain at this in Liberia.
Is it raining? I thought Choco said it wasn't raining.
It's not raining now, but I've never seen rain that come back to back like rain as you for 30 minutes and stop, and the next thing real torrential rain.
Yeah.
In the last couple of days, so I don't know.
So it's raining. Is it hitting the zinc? It hitting the zinc. Yeah.
No, I like that sound. I used to like that sound growing up.
Oh yeah, I love that sound. Make you to go to bed.
I gotta put you to sleep, but then when it's just too much, it's just too much. It doesn't stop. It like all day just go on. Cool. And then I got some friends in the rehab era and the Painesville era that said that their houses were flooded. So I don't know. Yeah,
because the same lawmakers are receiving $290,000 decided to give the disaster management team $1.5 million for the whole year. That's why so many things will go to the get vest. They decided to give $1.5 million, put that in the budget, but in the budget they got $429,000 just to go have just for themselves, extra from the paycheck and other money. And we're going to call Prince Moi that we can have this discussion today. Folks, I want to welcome every one of you. Nelson, can you change your name to Nelson and come on? My man, you get something a bad sound coming from your end, though. I don't know if you get stuff. It stopped now when you mute yourself.
Yeah, I was on, when I mute.
Yeah, but can you restart your computer? You think it will help?
Let me go out and come back.
You got anything else playing?
No, nothing else playing.
Like if you shut the computer down,
if you're not talking, the other person. So
okay, all right. So maybe, but if you just shut down your computer and restart everything, maybe then you'll come.
All right, let me do that and come back. Let me do that.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that. That's an easy way I want to get rid of Fadiga because I want to say something. So I just got to You know what I mean? That's it. I just got to calculate it, man. I try to calculate. I try to calculate. But I'm beginning. I just calculate the man fair for you. So let me go back.
And he agreed to that and get technical issue.
The man I'm beginning. Oh man, that thing we born with it. I calculate the man smile, the man say, let me go come back. Oh Lord have mercy. I love this. But Nelson, let's take phone calls. The guy's going to come on. We got all the necessary documents to speak truth to power. The senators, they are messing up. All right. They put in this request for $290,000. 2 days prior to the retreat, they received the money, 2 or 3 days. Each senator walked away with $10,000. So when we came on the show and said senator received money, they say we're lying. But it's on a different dimension, Nelson, right? The money they received. Did they receive money? Yes. None of them can lie. None of them can deny. I challenge them. They received $10,000 each. I challenge them. You can call your senator. Can you find a picture of those senators that are sending to you a Magic or Chocon? Tell them to come back. And put the senator pictures up. It's on Google. Check it. So if you add the 10,000 to the other one that they received when they went on retreat, these guys don't walk away with $13,000 each. I was correct. I was 100% correct. I know these guys did. I talked to them. Apart from the paycheck, how much did they receive? How much was in the annual constituency visit amount? $429. $429,000. $429. And every lawmaker received 10,000 added to all the yaman for the driver for this one. It came to 13,000. So who will say I'm correct? Who will say stand on your line? Now we can go back to the other side and play Jeremy Pierre clip today. He doesn't even know the story. It was just a phone call. And he ran with a story. We deal with Jeremy Pierre and Daniel Sando. But why people? Zane houses went underwater. Your senator were receiving 10,000 plus other money given to the drivers, the security, and whatsoever, which came out to 13,000. I hate when people push me, you know. I hate when these guys push you. Then they don't see on video insulting us. Then Americans said I lied. Then Snow said that's not true, but he couldn't even admit. Natalia Magia said I can't speak on it. Ask your senator, did they receive money apart from the salary? So every one of you, imagine, Dashin, you're right. 200, Fadiga, can you hear us now? You want to try again? Unmute yourself, let's see. Hello?
Is it better?
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Super. Yes, it's good. It's good. Thank you. Sometimes like our computer be running in the back. You got to just get out and restart. Thank you very much. But Fadiga, I know we're going to start this show in the next few minutes. You know, this I'm here to wait for people because I like to leave from here 7 p.m. All right. My time, that'll be 11 p.m. because we got stuff to do. Nice weather here. We got to go out and swim or play basketball. Fede Bala, thank you. Thank you very much. Erickson Zika, thank you. We're going to open the phone line. Say your own. You love your senator, we agree. You want to protect them, that's fine. Don't insult us, we're not insult you because we can curse here. All right? You say your own, we will say our own, and then the Liberian people will decide who to believe. But pick up the phone. Call your senator. Not the representative, your senator. Your call Darius DeLong. Did he receive 10,000 apart from his salary? Your call American. The only person that didn't receive that money was Jan Twain. Because at that time, there were 29 senators. You got Delon. You got American. You got Nathaniel Miguel. You got Amoche, Emmanuel Nukwe, Paul Charles, Yobli Kanga Lawrence, Edwin Melvin Snow. What's the guy from Councilor Jala from Lofa, and Momo Cyrus, Prince Moi, and Johnny Paye, Alex Starler, Zoe Penno, Deba Babla, Boto Kanen. Let's name them all. You call them. Betwawe, Basanga family. You call them. 290,000 people sleeping on a dirty poo-poo water. They can't survive. 290,000 and other money that were given to them to go. Sir Joseph, thank you, my brother, to go on this trip. And it's confirmed. I'm going to play the Jeremy Pierre tape because I spoke to Jeremy Pierre. I'm going to play the stage manage, other stuff people saying that's not true. We're going to welcome the birthday woman. You know, she's taking picture in a green dress with her daughter, two of her daughters.
Did I hear my birthday?
We're going to take her. Yeah, your birthday at this month, so whatever.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, but then at this one. And I will miss it. I will not even call you. I will intentionally miss your birthday.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. But let them be frank. Welcome to the show, Glennie. We just want to say, please call your senators. Call your senators. 290,000. We'll give them to them. If you add everything I will give them to these guys now, it passed 700,000. And tonight we'll call Prince Moi. He's the chairman, one of the chairmen on Waste Means. Fadiga, what's the chairman for what?
Yeah, the chairman.
That's what Waste Means, right?
Waste Means and Finance, yeah.
And Finance, we'll call him. Welcome to the show, Fadiga. Welcome, Glennie. Hang with Osman Nelson. We're going to open the phone line. The people can beat on who they want to beat to on. But this is Spoon Talk. We're here to say our own, and the people decide. I said it yesterday. A lot of senators say, I will not talk to you again. You're not my friend. I said, thank you. And I told her, thank you. I will be your friend 2029.
I thought Pierre clarified this thing today.
Pierre was misinformed. I spoke to Pierre. I will play the clip, Glennie, and we'll get into it. But let me hear from Fadiga. Let's do our intro. I'm gonna take phone call first, Fadiga. What we doing first?
No, let's get our intro first.
No, we'll do the intro later.
You know what I'm gonna do.
But then, I'm not hearing you. You got a technical problem, though. I don't know
why. You can hear me. You know what you are.
You got a technical problem, Fadiga. But that's a few calls real quick. It's important, and we'll come to you, Fadiga. Nelson, open the phone line, put the number up. We want to say welcome to everybody. Just on the issue of the senator receiving money. Before we do that, the issue that, man, before even we go to the phone line, Plenty. See people sleeping on a dirty water. And everything is about the senator. I'm surprised at some of those people that will say, yeah, they are rescue senators. They have fought for the prey. They have fought for the loot. They have fought for the gravy.
So the PR press conference is incorrect. Is that what you're saying?
I want us to play the PR press conference. After we take the call, we will discuss it. Prince Moi will come on the show. That 50,000 that Pierre talked about, I will tell you where it came from. I spoke to people that they called. It came from Youngly. That 50,000, I don't want to get into it. I spoke to Pierre. I spoke to Daniel Sando. I spoke to people, senators. And then the rest will be told. And Prince Moi, he's the chairman on Waste Means. He will clarify all this. Prince Moi will. So again, we have to be 100%. 108 folks went over there. Media, 4 media institutions, drivers, securities, and everything. The food they ate, the hotel they slept in, and everything. Pierre said 50,000, then he took 3,000 from there. Then he said that for the 7,000 because that's what Youngbley told him. When we asked Pierre for the document, Pierre said he doesn't have the document. It was a phone conversation. You hearing that? Well, Sister Glendy?
I'm hearing
I spoke to Pierre. He said it was a phone conversation. He has no document to prove what Youngbley said. I'm on this show, correct? I talked to them all. Because when they put it in the chat room, I saw that you were re-echoing it. So I said, but Pierre, you are not the spokesperson for the Senate. He said, I'm the spokesperson for the government, the Senate, part of the government. I said, respect that. But give us the document. When we went to the Senate said, well, Prince Moyi will be coming up tomorrow with a press statement on this matter. They said Prince Moyi will be speaking tomorrow on it and be releasing a press statement. Senators I have spoken to, I'm not going to call all their names except they want me to. And when we dig deeper, these guys don't receive money that they wasn't going to disclose to the Liberian people. Each of them received $10,000. So when we said $13,000, we were correct because their bodyguards, their securities, their drivers, and other people that are part of that team, that's the 3,000. But each senator walked away with 10,000, which is 290,000. Because when they did the budget, there were only 29 senators. They recast the budget. So I hope we all sit here understanding what this is about. Let's go to the phone line. Let's hear from the Liberian people. Dr. Bopler, welcome to the show. And then we can beat on each other. And if anybody's saying that's false, that's true, it's up to them. But everything I say will be confirmed by Prince Moyi. He's the chairman on the Ways and Means. Okay? So I don't go back to people saying, Tabata, oh, no. Ask your senators, did they receive money? That's the only question. And was that money their paycheck or just a free money what the Liberian people are suffering? Ask your senators. So let's go to the phone line, Nelson. Let's open the phone line. If the Liberian people love the country and love themselves, they will speak truth to power. Yeah. So the number's up. Let me take this one. Your name and where you joining us from? Your name. Please pay attention to the phone, please. All right, we'll go to the next person. Your name and where you joining us from?
I'm calling from the U.S., Tony K. Davis.
What's your name?
Tony K. Davis.
Tony, welcome to the show. Talk to us, please.
Yes, and that's again, yesterday was a bad day for them. Senator Dillon and Amara Corning just posted that they didn't receive the $700,000. They received only $50,000. So we'll let clarification on that. That's what Senator Dillon just posted. I just responded to his thing that he didn't receive the money. So now, CEO, like the way you said.
Let me ask you. He said he didn't receive. You said he didn't receive 10,000.
No, he said he didn't receive it. That he put that on his face. He said he didn't receive it. He won't clarification.
Hey, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you, Tony. This senator, they don't say he didn't receive 10,000. Let me go on his page. Nelson, go on his page and call it.
I'm seeing that on Senator Amara Corning's page as well.
That he didn't receive 10,000.
Yeah, he said.
Okay.
I'll get it up.
Call them, and thank you very much, Tony. It's good that we have you saying this, and we will prove that they receive it 3 days to their retreat. Thank you. And you see, we were forcing guys them to commit to transparency. That's a problem. We'll force them to commit to transparency because they are not telling the truth. 29 senators received 290,000. When we gathered the information and were sharing the information, they said, no, CEO, that's not the one, but they were hiding the amount they received. 29 senators. I have it over here. Every lawmaker on their annual constituency amount in the land budget is 429,000. What was requested is 290,000 Each senator received $10,000.
Are you speaking specifically for the retreat, this one retreat? Because this retreat, I don't know if you're looking at it for the whole year.
I will show you document. What was requested for this retreat was $275,000. Let me upload the document. The first request for this retreat that took place was $275,000. I about to give you and show you guys the breakdown. Apart from that retreat, 3 days to the retreat, apart from that amount, 3 days to the retreat, they received $10,000 each. If they say they didn't receive it, let me put Prince Boy on the call right now. Just if he agreed to talk to us, I will call Prince Boy because we have the document. Let me put Prince Boy. If they ain't talked to Prince Boy already, what do you guys think will be doing this? I'm calling Prince Boy. Dr. Butler, it's not your paycheck. It's not. You want to tie it to the retreat? You want to tie it to extra thing? It's not your paycheck. You're walking home with $10,000. Senator Prince Moyi, welcome to Spoon Talk. Thank you for picking our call. It is for. Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Yeah, Senator.
Yeah, good day.
I know.
Thank you, Senator.
And you agreed to participate on the show because you're driving going home. And we want to say thank you very much for joining us. I have Glendy, I have Dr. Bopler, and I have Al Hussein Yuji Fadika. I know you want to explain the retreat, but I just got one question to clear today. Did the senators, every one of you, receive $290,000 and each senator walk away with $10,000?
Thank you very much, and good evening to all of the panelists. Sorry for the poor quality of my voice. I'm under the weather. Let me begin by saying a budget was passed, and since I entered the legislature in 2012, we have had a line, even in the House of Representatives, a line called constituency visit. Constituency visit is a budget line in the Senate budget, and it has an amount of $290,000. And it is understood that every month, a senator will have spent on constituency visitation $833.50. Every month, $833.50. So if you calculate $833.50 every month, by 12 months is 10,000 United States dollars. So that amount is placed under the Senate budget in the tune of $290,000, and sometimes we don't get it monthly. So we get it once so that we can, do more work.
Senator, sorry to interrupt you. I know we're going to go that back in, Senator. When did you guys receive this money?
I just wanted to give the background, Tempton.
Okay.
It's a financial thing.
Okay.
So it's not a straight jacket, answer.
Thank you.
So I need to give the background.
Please do.
Yes. So
yes, sir.
Prior to the passage of the budget, we had our constituency break schedule. But because of the recall, the break was not taken in full. So we made a request of $290,000 at the beginning of May. The beginning of May, that request was made, but we were told that the budget hasn't passed. Even if the budget passes, the additional appropriation have to be offloaded in the IFME system before any entity can access money. So that request been at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning for a little over a month now. So it was when the budget was passed and offloaded in the IFME system that money was paid to the Senate account.
When?
It went into, it was paid to the Senate account, and it went into the 29 senators. The Senate pro tem is not part of it because she has a stand-alone budget. So it's exact 290, and all senators that come were credited with $10,000.
When?
The genesis of that, few days ago, last week. The funders, but
No, I beg you, Senator, I beg you, please. I beg you, people got to be very clear. You say a few days ago, today is Wednesday. Are we talking about Monday? Are we talking about Friday? When? Because you received yours.
No, it was, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It goes into your account. So it was last week, I think Tuesday, that check was received. Last week, Tuesday.
Okay, Senator, I'm begging you, I must take this call. Please, it's very important. Can I call you back? I'm begging you.
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, sir. Glendon, now you're here. Let me just take this call real quick. Then you can please, I beg you, do this. I'll be right back in a few seconds.
So just to continue, I think that when you listen to Senator Moi, I think he's talking about this money is for the year. I don't think it was specific for the retreat. That's what I'm understanding him to say. It's something that's already it's a line item in the budget that's for the year.
Correct.
But it's not. It's
but
not.
That's our argument. They can put a spin in it. That's not my job. Okay. Going to the retreat, they received $10,000, and they didn't disclose the $10,000. I beg you, let me finish now. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. They received $10,000 going into the retreat. When we received the information, we put all the amount together. Dr. Bopler, we said the senator received over $700,000. Now they want to justice file. Last we received $10,000. It's not our paycheck. It's not part of the retreat. The week before last, we received $2. It's not our paycheck. It's not part of the retreat. And that's why Glennie mind's going. Glennie said, wait. The money is not part of the retreat. I agree with you. But the money that we received within the confines of the retreat period, they didn't disclose everything. And that's my argument, Glennie. But I'm going to show you the $275,000 that they requested for. And all of the $275,000, how much was received? So my argument here is that last week, they not received $10,000. Americana received $10,000. All of them, 29 of them received $10,000. And today, they say we didn't receive any money because Spoon said it was $13,000 and we didn't receive $13,000. What was given to the security and what did they say walk away with last week? Each senator received a little over $13,000. And that's my argument. And I'm sticking with it. Dr. Bopler, Hussein, Glennie, let's have this conversation. Let me go to Fadika, please. Fadika, please, talk to us.
Senator, I think I said the same thing. I said something about this yesterday. I said there's always more. If there is any devil, it's usually in the detail. And the less detail we have, the more we have to speculate. And as a national platform, I hate to speculate. And I know people think now, oh, you want to be biased, side with the senators. I don't know why I want to side with anybody for that matter. But what we are seeing here, Stanton, I think there is a breakdown in communication. I've listened to both sides. I've listened to the senators, and I'm inclined to believe a lot of what they are saying. On the bigger picture, Stanton, these guys are elected officials. They share co-equal power with the executive. People elected them to these offices. I think our effort, our fight should be in educating our people to be able to demand from the lawmaker to work on their behalf. How they manage the affairs of the Senate, what they do for themselves, we can talk all we want. A lot of what they are doing are within the confines of the law. I haven't seen them violating. I've seen some abuse of resources. I've seen some things. But the only people that have the power, they are those that are important. and they are the people within the constituents. So those are the people that we need to speak to. Those are the people that we need to elevate the discussion so that. But beating on these guys, I haven't seen anything weird. Senator didn't say it was 50,000. I'm inclined to believe that it was 50,000. And yesterday it was 7 million. Now
so 700,000.
Yeah, 700,000. Now it has reduced. So, Senator, what do we believe? Do we believe 50,000? Do we believe 700,000? Show me the document. Show me the document.
Thank you. Dr. Bopler, let me bring you in. 700,000, 275,000, 50,000, 290,000. The senator are responsible to display to the Liberian people every penny and every dime they receive, they spend, whether it's from the executive, whether it's from within their own budget. They owe it to the Liberian people to speak the truth, nothing but the truth, because they elected them. Today we are hearing that we can confirm, whether it's 2,000 years ago, that last week they received 10,000 each, not the paycheck. Something they couldn't disclose. So we dug deeper and the information coming up. Why are senators trying to lie when people are suffering and they can walk away with this huge amount of money, 290,000, but they film in there and say, you know what, we spend our money to go speak to our citizens, so therefore the people are paying us back. Talk to me, Dr. Bopler. I don't play games. Talk to me.
So I have a slightly different take on this. The challenge for me, and I hope the senator comes back, Stanton, because I want to
call him. Yes.
Yes. The challenge I have for me is the ease and the volume of which the lawmakers get money. They get their money all the time with ease. This is the end of the year for most schools. And I can tell you firsthand, we're struggling to get scholarship money that the government promised the people, the students. We're struggling to get small amounts of money. But the lawmakers, who are already well paid with a lot of compensation and benefits, get money with ease. I want to ask the senator when he comes back, if all of these students on scholarships, are they not your constituents? Is education not our biggest human capital investment? How is it we can't get scholarship money for our students with the same ease and half the volume at which the lawmakers get theirs? I really am hoping that senators like Amara Conant will be agents of change. Something went terribly wrong in the post-war era with the first branch of government. It's an overpaid branch. It's a branch that has the hand in everything. And we find ourselves there consistently dealing with all these rationalizing and justifying of how a poor country like this can allot so much of the people's money to the first branch of government. It is not right. The senator who are highly educated, Moyi, needs to help change the narrative so Liberian students can get scholarship money and not go from semester to semester hustling, fighting, struggling to get smaller amounts of money than they spend on themselves. I wish the senator come back. I want to ask him that question.
Sure, we're going to bring the senator back because we got a lot to discuss with the senator. Let's go back to Glennie again because she couldn't complete at a time. We'll bring the senator back. Glennie, go ahead, talk to us, man.
I mean, granted that they received the money, I think my understanding is whatever money they received is something that's a line item in the budget. My concern yesterday that alarmed me was if they spent $700,000 for that retreat, why was it necessary to do that? But what we're now hearing now is the budget for the retreat was not $700,000, even though senators may have gotten money that was in the budget. But the budget for the retreat was $50,000, approximately $50,000, which is way much lesser than 700,000. So other than that, I mean, if they're receiving, the thing about it is this money, the money that they got, are they supposed to be receiving it at a lump sum? Or should they be getting it? Because according to Senator Moe, they're supposed to get $833.50 a month.
Yeah.
So if they were paying it in May, it means that there was probably a backlog. That's why they received that amount. Because $833 a month times 30 senators, I don't know if it's going to equal up to that 219. I think that's what my understanding is, that yes, they may have received money that was from the budget, but as far as it relates to the retreat, they did not spend 700,000 on the retreat. That the money spent towards the retreat was 50,000 that was budgeted. That's what I'm understanding.
Thank you very much. It's good that the Liberian people are following us on this information. $833 every month times 12, that 9,996. So they just rounded up. They added the 400 out because they're allowed to do that. So you asked me a very unique question, Glenny. Let's give you the right amount. It should be 9,996. They rounded up. Each senator walk away with 10,000. Glenny, my argument, we have set aside 290,000. Now they defend it, something that they never disclosed to the Liberian people. They are not defending and saying, well, you know what? That's our annual money. We receive it within the time we're going for the retreat. That's not my business. You receive money. That's my argument. Now you are justifying the money you receive is within the land budget. You are justifying the money you receive. You are entitled to it. You didn't tell the Liberian people you're receiving this money. You say if they don't ask, we're not telling them. We have to tell the Liberian people that you receive money, Delon. We have to tell the Liberian people that you receive money, Amara Kone. $10,000 during these difficult times, like Dr. Bopla said. What was requested? Let's put the 290,000 aside. Glenny, let's come to your question. This is the information we decided to cut this thing because it's important. The Liberal Senate, what was requested for the retreat? And I hate when people do this. It makes us to dig deeper. So my fellow Liberians, let's follow this thing. Senator allowance, 125,000. As you can see, facilitators, 25,000. Feeding for all, they should be feeding, they say feeding, 75,000. Accommodation for all, 25,000. Staff, security, and driver, 25,000. Total, 275,000. Are we there yet? Let's do the math. People think we're stupid. Okay?
What
do you say, Mama?
The 125,000, if you divide it by 29 senators, that's...
No, Glenny, we're not talking about dividing it yet. We get our information tomorrow. Let's take the thing easy, Glenny. We are not defining anything about 29 senators. The 290,000 in question, that already been settled. It's not part of the money. It's not part of the money. I just want us to tell the story, and so no more you will come and to explain the story better. This was what was requested first for this retreat. I want the Liberian people to take picture. This exactly was the first amount requested for the retreat. They had to recast this amount because people were blowing alarm. Folks were blowing alarm. At that time, they didn't receive the 290,000 yet because the senator wanted paid. The 125,000 should be their pay. But because people were blowing alarm, they decided to go for the 290,000 and receive 10,000 each. They shouldn't do that. We were explaining it all. Americans shouldn't do that. The Liberian people depend on them, but they shouldn't get into lies. They had to recast this and say we got somewhere to take money from, which is our line budget. We'll take 290,000. Every one of you guys will walk away with 10,000. So y'all don't do this. So they had to recast this. So Glenny, the 50,000 you heard Jeremy Pierre talking about, because they recast this one, and they said they brought it down to 50,000. Now what happened? We're bringing Prince Moe. When you ask them, give us the breakdown for the hotel. Give us the breakdown for everything you say you'll spend at a hotel Buchanan. They're still waiting for the finance people to give her that breakdown on 47,000. Because they say it came to 47, the other 3,000, you know it was a day and like that. You can't give breakdown. And we're still waiting tomorrow for them to give a complete breakdown. Someone else said we spent 2 nights at the hotel. Someone else said we spent 3 nights. Someone else said we spent 4 nights. They cannot give any complete breakdown. Now, what was requested 275 is different from the 290. We do this thing and we add it up. These guys will not lie to us anymore. They must say the truth. They don't receive 10,000. The Americans received 10,000. Those CDC lawmakers in opposition, they didn't receive 10,000 each. It was confirmed by Prince Moyi yesterday. Why are they hiding? Go ahead, Dr. Bople. We'll go to back to Glenny.
You know, look, sometimes something can be lawful, but it's not beneficial. I cannot understand why our lawmakers, these esteemed men and women, cannot look at the people they represent, the squalor they live in, the poverty that is their lot day after day, and operate with modesty. We are one of the poorest countries in the world. 75,000 for feeding, that can pay for the scholarship of all my students at the graduate school from the government of Liberia. They need to stop it. They can't. They're taking us for a ride. Okay, it's lawful. Nobody says unlawful. Fighting have a right. It's lawful. They do nothing outside law. But you keep poor people like this. It's not fair. It's not right. Oh, we ain't got money for that one. Oh, we ain't got money for that one. But the lawmaker can always find money for trips, for other things, and these kind of retreats. Stop doing it, please. You'll be modest. You know, be frugal. We're struggling here. This is austerity time and requires austerity measures. That's when we will applaud our lawmakers. Otherwise, they're doing nothing different. They're just regular people who are riding on the backs of poor people, and it's simply wrong.
Thank you very much. We're going to wind down because we'll be calling Prince Moyi. I think Fadiga, you want to speak, and we'll go back to Glenny. Then we'll call Senator Prince Moyi from Bon County to talk to us more about the different breakdown. I do have it, but I want the senator to speak on it. My point is very clear. They receive money. My brother Fadiga is right. It's all legal because they make it legal. But we're just asking a question through these difficult times. When people have to sleep on the heavy pool of rain, when people children cannot be given good education and food to eat, the situation in our country, and all these guys would put things into law to protect themselves and to protect them to enrich themselves, to rescue themselves and the family. And they must go ahead and lie and say we received no money, nothing. But one of the senators said, yes, last week, Tuesday, each and every one of us received 10,000. I care less whether it's in the land budget, whether it's coming from Youngbleed, whether it comes from executive. You receive money that is not your paycheck. And as a matter of fact, you guys are making a whole lot. You guys just gave yourself $150,000 each, and you'll make that into law. And you'll control it. $150,000 each. You guys gave yourself that money. DeLong gave himself $150,000. DeLong would deal with the community leaders to say where the money going and how they would spend it. How can you be the light to suffer your people? Amara Conan gave himself $150,000. Why do you guys have to do this to the Liberian people? You said we don't want the 30,000. Now you get yourself $150,000. You make how you call him? Nathaniel might get happy. You make Edward Snow happy. All of you saving this money for your re-election. I mean, this is bad. This is wickedness. Let me go to my brother Fadiga. Fadiga, it is the law. I agree with you, Fadiga. We are not in different position yet. But they have created the law to suffoon the Liberian people. And you say we must educate them. We are going to educate them. Because this is wickedness in high places. Talk to me, Fadiga.
Stanton, let me tell you one story. I got a couple of my buddies in the U.S. Senate. And you'll be surprised that this is not unique to Liberia. It happened even in the US. They have a better system, and we don't notice it because a lot of people are working, people are busy. They don't pay attention to these people. But what you are saying, I agree with Dr. Blooper. For a country as poor as Liberia, there are a lot of money that are spent, especially in the legislature. Even the former U.S. ambassador said it, that $65 million went to the legislature. And can you imagine $65 million on a little over $500 million budget? That's a huge amount. But who is to be blamed? Look, there are a lot of things. Look, if you're friends with any of the lawmakers, you will understand why this is so prevalent in Liberia and it's so bad. Look, being a lawmaker in Liberia is a torture. Go to one of the guys' offices. The guy, the student union from this club, Man Kotati, Beauty Salon Club, this other team. All these people come with the expectation that they will go home with something. Instead of clean, look, this system needs overhaul. Sometimes we just be talking at a minute portion of the problem, and then we think that will solve the problem. Liberia is all around messed up in every form. We need to go back on the drawing board and look at the blueprint and change a whole lot of things. And one will affect the other. But until we do that, the only people that can solve this right now are the real employers. And the employers are Man Kotati that vote for Rice. The employer is Peter Paul or Flomo Yakbauro that will get in truck and go to Babalu or go to something to go vote. Those are the real people. And those are the people that we're talking about. So they too needs to be held accountable because this has gone on for too long and we need to put an end to it. But until we look at it holistically, we just be beating out one of the problems because where do you think they're going to get the money to support all these different pet projects? You understand? Look, I mean,
can I ask you a question? Because I know Glennie is too hot. She want to come in. We'll get Glennie her time. But can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Include the sister better 20 if you ever put it down. If you know that, let me ask you my question now, brother. Let me ask you my question. If you know that you can do it, they bring it down your house. That you got a big fence around your house for your own protection. If you know that it's bad, then you have to give everybody $10 every day. Create the laws that you will not be able to spend your own money. You are lawmakers. Everybody, they are lawmakers. Create it. Put law in place that these people will benefit. For example, Fadika, look what happened to the water situation. My brother, I know you are speaking, I beg you, Fadika, let me do a little slipway. Look what happened to the people sleeping under the water. Where is this thing, Nelson? Can you show it? Look at this, Fadika, look at this. And look at lawmaker walking away with 290,000.
For some hours now, and now you see traffic along this road.
See water. See water. What? See water. Liberia. Liberia.
That's Dillon County. That's Musarado County. That's Musarado. I agree with what you're saying, Fadika. It seems that we're not even arguing with each other today. But that's Dillon County. We're going to show you the video where the people got out of their houses with mattresses on their head and they got nowhere to go. That's not Dillon paycheck be $10,000. That's not Amara paycheck. The paycheck is not, how you call it, Natana Magay paycheck. But you're right, they make it into law to enrich themselves. Care less about the Liberian people. Then they can't talk and say we did it. But Fadika, go ahead, man. I'll bring him Sister Glenn. Go ahead.
Look, the water, look, with
it's hurting us, man. It's painful.
It's painful. But what is the solution? What is the solution? For me, I'm solution driven. I don't just like to talk at the problem. I like to find solution to it. And in order to find a solution, we all have to take blame because we have enough blames to go around. When it comes to these senators, these guys, yes, even in America, they are lucky. As soon as they get elected, they start fighting for the re-election. That is common with politics.
I know, but I'm going to say
with malice or with empathy for the suffering people. But what I'm saying is that we need to change our approach to governance. With what these guys are doing,
you are getting wiser. I want to break. Please, folks, just stop calling the number. I'm not sorry to interrupt you. We are not taking, Fatiga, 1 minute. We are not taking calls. Just stop calling, please. We are not taking calls. We will take call later. Let Fatiga speak. Let Glennie speak. Let her have a good show. When we bring Prince Moyi on, after Prince Moyi, the senator, then we'll take call, okay? Fatiga, please finish up.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that we gave them a carte blanche, we gave them a license to do some of these things, and we need to change our approach. But it is tough being a lawmaker in Liberia, given the new trend imparting and the culture that have been cultivated around the legislature. It has become a place that people go to beg. And if you're not giving, if you're not generous, you are a bad lawmaker. We have this way of measuring a good lawmaker. The one that is more generous, the one that gave the most donation, tend to be the one that is loved. You can do anything else. They don't care.
Thank you.
We need to look at it from both angles.
Thank you, Fatiga. Thank you very much for that input. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be bringing Prince Moyi in. We're going to go to our sister Glennie. If you have anything to say, we want to bring in Senator Moyi to finish up the different breakdown and see where we are. Go ahead, Sister Glennie.
I think it would be good to hear Senator Moyi and what he's saying. Everything I've said, I don't think I have anything additional. Maybe the timing could be wrong. The budget, the thing all starts with what are the budget allocations? Is it right now to use it or to have those amounts allocated in those spaces based on what the country is going through? All of those things you have to look at. So I think we need to specifically ask him. I want clarity on what was the amount that was used for. That's what my concern is. I hear that, yes, whatever they have, if they gave them $10,000 each, that money was already allocated for. I hear that. I just want to know, as far as the retreat, what was used specifically for the retreat. Then we can look at the budget and the allocation as a whole and say, right now, as it stands in the country with the difficulties that Liberia and the Liberians are having, is it expedient for us to be spending this money or for the Senate to be taking these monies that they have allocated? Should we reduce the amount that's in the budget? That's what my concern is. First, what was spent for the retreat? Second, the allocations we have for the senators, should the amount be reduced because of the hardship in Liberia? I think that's how we need to look at it.
Thank you very much, Glennie. I'm getting. You want to say something, Dr. Booker? I'm trying to.
Yes, please. Yes, I do. Fatiga made a good point, and he was absolutely right. When you go to the offices of lawmakers, you see a lot of people. People come with all their problems. He's correct. When Senator Edwin Snow came on, he told us he needs more money. He needs a salary increase because a lot of people come to him. Challenge. If that's how you look at it, then you bring no innovative leadership to the Senate. The truth be told, if you had social services in your counties and the executive were handling that, then the lawmakers can focus on acquiring the resources so that the officers are funded. Don't enslave your people, empower them, right? By sending them to the counties to get the $1 or $2. But we see a new version of the first branch. They want to control all the money. So yes, the people are at the offices, but if there were offices in the counties where people can go and get a little 1,000 LD to help with this and help with that, then the lawmakers will not be overwhelmed. So they should stop coming here and talking about all these people behind us, all these people It shouldn't be that way. So restructure and do it the way it's supposed to be. You secure the funding and the executive branch implement the programs to help your people. You are not saviors of your county. Stop trying to do everything. That's why your offices are overcrowded. Because I only let people know to go. There's nowhere in the county they can go to get help. So the senators need to shift that.
And while we're talking about that, folks, let me say this again. I'm making contact with Senator Prince Moyi. Let me just show you this. These guys don't know how to play the game. I'm disappointed in every one of them, right? They listen, Fadiga, you sometimes I get so mad with you, but you're so right on this one today. All right. The mindset of our people got to be transformed. All right. If you're doing the Bible thing, transform in water by means of the Holy Spirit, and Dr. Booklet knows that. It's very, 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 very bad for us to sit here and see lawmakers that we depended on. Lawmakers who said they will push, they will fight. You already taking your monthly salary. It's not enough. Their monthly salary is not enough. They put small different things all in the budget, yama here and there for their own eating. Then they say it's law, it's within the line. And our people just don't know because, like Fadiga said, they are beggars. They will go stand to these people's gates and wash their car and wait for them for $5 and $10. These same people will come back 2029 to vote for them again. Do you know how much money in that place for senators? Do you know that the House of Representatives are about to go out to and do a retreat and they will be spending over $1 million? Do you know that? Or maybe because we're saying this thing, they will go ahead and reduce and recast that budget. But you know that they're about to go for a retreat, right? You chop, I chop, go back chop. Everybody eating. Why should we sit here and allow these guys in that we fought for, that we supported, that we celebrated, allow them to use the bypass of wisdom to enrich themselves? $10,000, $290,000. Come on, guys. $290,000. Compare that with people sleeping under the rain. That's manifestation. I'm not here to listen. No friend. Listen, you don't want to call me, it's up to you. I would say hi to Glenny. I'll be happy to come here every 4 o'clock and beat on Glenny. But it's about Liberia. If you start adding all together, it even past 700,000. Then everybody say, yeah, in Jordan, right? Let's put what Amara going to put up. And you will still be my friend. The allegation that the Senate spent 700,000 of taxpayer money on the 2 days retreat. Now the American reduced it to 2 days because he spent 2 days. They went on Thursday, they left on that Sunday. He spent 2 days, so he said 2 days retreat. Now they say the $700,000. No, it's not so. But they are not telling you about the 290 and the other addition. For me, my job is just put everything together and give it to you raw dog. Doing so who have been unconscionable. The retreat cost $50,000 and all went into Buchanan economy. How? The Senate will issue an official response. We got a Senate response already. Who can the Liberian people trust? Who can the Liberian people trust? One person said 50,000. We asked them, say, you'll bring the breakdown. They say, you'll wait tomorrow. What's the document that say 50,000? Wait tomorrow. How much was spent on food? Wait tomorrow. How much was given to each drivers? Wait tomorrow. How much was given to the security? Wait tomorrow. How much was spent on each room? Wait tomorrow. So everybody waiting for tomorrow. Then when we receive this information and we share it, they say, no. This one will recast. And Dr. Bopler will come up to say, no. We recast the one. They will defend themselves. So say one, so say all. That's where we find ourselves. I hope that I've tried the senator twice, and I hope that he can call me back to come on. We really want to hear from Senator Prince Moyi, and Senator Prince Moyi is the chairman on Ways and Means. I think in finance. 290,000. 290,000. Apart from the 150,000 though, they are getting. Apart from the 150,000 each senator received for the county, 100,000 each representative received for the district. Okay, Prince Moyi calling. Let me bring him on. All right, Senator Moyi. Senator Moyi. You can hear him, Senator.
Yeah.
All right. We can hear you now, Senator. How you doing? Can you hear us better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we hope we are not, there will be no way we get interrupted, Senator. But it's all yours. You can explain to us now anything you want to say, right or wrong. We will be quiet and listen to you. So talk to us. It's all yours, sir.
Thank you very much. I listened to you, and to be quite frank, I didn't know that people have made commitment to you or whoever that a benefit that is enshrined in the budget, that is a public document that you can take at any given point in time and just display it on your screen. You call the line one by one and say, these are the benefits of senators. Nobody going to stop you from doing that. So I didn't know that when some of those benefits come as a result of a request that was made in the case of the 290,000. And as I said, the breakdown of that 290,000 is each senator every month will have $833.30 as a constituency visitation expenditure every month. This is June, the 6th month of the year. So we requested that instead of receiving that money every month, $833.30, we requested for the whole amount in the tune of 10,000 that is on the budget line in the Senate budget. It's a public document. So if it is said that somebody received it and did not make full disclosure, then I don't know what arrangement or what agreement those individuals made to you, Stanton. But it's a line item in the budget, and as I said, since I entered the legislature in 2012, this line has been there. And as a matter of fact, to tell you that there are reforms in the legislature. Somebody said the legislature 23 budget was in the $264 million plus. Yes. What did the Senate or the legislature, the 55th legislature do? We considered that figure to be very high, and all of our lines were reduced significantly. So if you put the total legislature budget together, it's in the tune of a little over $54 million. So from 64 to 54 million reduction. So it's a giant step in a direction that all of us have committed ourselves to as 55th legislature. On account of the retreat to the Senate, we have a secretariat headed by the Secretary of the Senate. We have a finance department. All we do is to give the instruction. So when the retreat preparation was made, there were suggestions coming from different senators as to how long we should stay, as to how many persons should be taken to Buchanan, and how many of them will be lost in certain category of hotels. But later did we know that the word retreat is not a budget line on our budget. So we're very cautious. This time around, the Senate budget doesn't have a dime on a line called operation. Before them,
If you look at previous budget, the operation line was never defined, and there where bulk of the money was spent. So this current Senate leadership and all of the members took a hard decision to say, look, we explain our budget line by line as per the core work that is associated with our function. So no more operation line in the Senate budget. What we have there is committee hearings. We notice that our core function is to conduct confirmation hearing, which can also be related to committee hearing, and also hear into major complaints that come to the Senate. So you will only have committee hearing as a line in the Senate budget. So when we noticed that what we wanted to do and the number of persons that we wanted to take to Buchanan in excess of 200 with all the different departments that we invited to speak on different issues, we told them, look, cut down all the numbers because we only have committee hearing and our budget should be reduced to 50,000. Because if you take the retreat to consume more than 25% of the committee hearing budget, will run into deficit. And you know that the Senate is quite busy for confirmation at all levels. And one day, symptom, you haven't heard anything like senators are asking nominees to do this, to buy water, to do. That's
no, we heard that. We heard that, Senator. I'm sorry, but we heard that. We heard that. We discussed it here. Some of you guys were taking money. We heard it. Yeah. No, I'm saying we heard it. It's an allegation. I'm saying. You say I didn't hear it, but we did and we discussed it.
Allegation.
Yeah.
But to the best of my knowledge, that's a strong law that we are guided by not to even do such a thing. So the Senate agreed that only $50,000 should be used for the Buchanan retreat. And out of that $50,000, as per the information available to me as chairman of Ways, Means, and Finance of the Senate, 47,000 was used. 40,000 out of the 50,000 recast budget. 47,000 was used out of that. And that's the information surrounding the retreat operation. But like I said, the budget of the Senate is a public document, and one day just do us a favor, just display it here, so that when somebody is receiving money for any work that he or she is supposed to do, it would not be a news, because it is a public document and we expect everything to be public. So nothing is hidden. The requests were made in May, the beginning of May, since we're already 5 months into the fiscal period. And we needed $833.30 every month for constituency visitation. But then we didn't get it at the beginning of the year. We decided that, look, let this come so that we can enhance our constituency, since we are now closing up on the confirmation, since we are indeed conducting bulk of our hearings. It is now about time that we pay attention to our different visitation. And that's how this request was made. And the money came, and all senators, 29 accounts were credited since last week, Tuesday. So it was not a retreat funding. So if you see senators saying, no, there were no 700,000, you cannot show one voucher that has on it 700,000 for Senate retreat purpose. No, it was 290 on a line that is very specific, very clear, and that is a public information. So no need to hide it, because if you hide it, the records are all there at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. So you don't need to hide anything. So that is that.
So can we ask you some questions? Can we ask you some question on the first on your first loan explanation, sir? And I know you want to go to the 275. We'll talk about the 275. We'll talk about the 150,000 that you guys gave yourself for each county. But let's talk about this first line of the 290,000. So none of you ever say anything that you're receiving extra money in the amount of $10,000. When our folks that did the investigation added that which was given to us, 10,000, plus that which was given to your security, your drivers, and other expenses that were done, it came out to 3,000 and change. So when people say you receive, each senator received 13,000, folks were alluding to those different amount that you guys receive. Let me go back to the 290,000. Why will you guys put in the budget again another $833 every month when you guys said no, we'll not receive 30,000 for the same purpose? You decide to break it down and spread it different places. Senator Moe?
Yeah. So let me say this. Am I clear? Let me say this.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Please.
Yeah, there's no $833.30 elsewhere. I'm saying if you calculate $833.30 per month, you have a total of $10,000. The money is meant for constituency visit. So every time you go, every month, if you are going,
I agree. I heard the explanation, Senator. My question to you: you were given 30,000 that you refused under the 54th. You say you will not take the 30,000 for the same reason. Visiting your people in your. Let me finish, sir. I beg you, Senator. For the same reason, you were given 30,000. You said we don't want it. But then we are finding this on a different line item, break into different pieces, and you guys getting the money that you guys say you guys have rejected, but that's the same money, sir.
No, it's not the same money. The 30,000 you are speaking of was on account of legislative project. So there are two different things we're talking here. Legislative project. So the 10,000 has been there since I entered the legislature, like I said, 2012. That line has been there. Go to previous budget under the House of Representatives, under the House of under the Liberian Senate. You will see that line. So it's not a new creation. It is something that has been there for years. So the 30,000 you are mentioning in this conversation, it was on account of legislative development project.
Yeah, but it was the same different thing, Senator Moe. We are following the records. We are following exactly what you guys rejected it under all conditions, because the end game, you are going to visit your people. Whether you buy a chair, whether you buy a pencil under the 30,000, you're going to engage your people. That's the same thing with this $833, right? You are using the same amount to go and engage the very same people you say you don't want money for to engage.
No, the 30,000 was placed when even the 10,000 has existed long since. So let's get this clear. I want us to get it clear. The 30,000 that other people rejected, even the Senate 1 point in time rejected, it was on account of legislative project. This time around, you don't see anything in our budget called legislative project.
Okay.
We took a decision at the Senate to take that money from our budget and send it to the executive that has the authority to execute project activity, and that particular entity is LIS.
Yeah, but what? So we'll get to that, because now you're going to the 150,000 that you guys approved. Let me bring in the rest of the team. They want to ask a question on the first amount, 290,000. Each of you received 10,000. Then we'll take it step by step, if you do have the time, for the people to go home with something tonight. Dr. Rudolph Bopler, please. If you have two questions, it's all yours, sir.
Senator, good evening, and thank you for being with us. Hopefully you're in a safer place now, not driving. I have two questions. The first one is, the lawmakers seem to always get what they want. And there are other very important things like education and scholarships. And you are very involved with scholarship and Cuttington. We appreciate you for that. But it's a struggle, Senator, When the children in Ghana never struggled that way, the government set aside money for scholarship and they get it. In our country, we get these students on scholarship, then we fight for the money, we fight for the money, we fight for the money. It's so difficult. Why is it so easy for the lawmakers to get what they get and monies cannot be appropriated and made available for scholarships for our Liberian children?
Thank you, Dr. Robert. I said it, we are in June. This is the 6th month of the year. The fiscal year runs from January to December 31st. So we are getting an annual consequence visit a month in the 6th month of the year. So it means that all of the visitation we made all around the place, we have to shoulder the responsibility. So if that request has now been granted in the 6th month, this is not the 1st month of the year, this is not the 2nd month of the year, we are talking about in June, then you do the analysis that it was not a rush thing, although it is our benefit, but we also notice that, the country was in transition and there was no rush to get consequence money. So that's why we decided in the 5th month of the year to make a request for that line. And it came just last week, Tuesday, and senators' accounts were credited. It's not a secret. It's not something that was received maybe behind the door or some kind of dubious way. It's a request, a genuine request, and we made it. We didn't rush it. 1 month later now, we made it May 1st or 2nd, and then we receive it in June. So look at the time. That's a booklet. If we had just said, look, this is the senator. Once they made request, get it today. Then you will say, yes, what the rush when scholarship commitment by government has not been paid. There are efforts to settling all the different obligations, government obligation, but it doesn't come just like that. It has to be expanded in a way that all other institutions will have a peak at the particular time. So yes, we know there are struggles for scholarship payment, there are struggles for the purchase of medication, but it's equally important that senators visit their constituency in discharging their function, know what is happening, go and meet your people, and do some other work. And that's why that amount is there. On account of the 30, like I said, we took a decision not to accept it, and we took a decision not to put it in our budget. That's why you saw a significant reduction in excess of $10 million in the legislature budget in this fiscal period. So that's a giant step. Why if next time they're going to drop to 45 million or whatever, based on all of us paying to have a legislature that will be sensitive to the plight of the people. And that's what we're doing here today.
Senator, what I was really asking you is, what can you do? You're a very strategic senator in a very important position in the Senate. What can you do as the oversight group to ensure that the government of Liberia can hold its obligation of scholarship to Liberian people sacrosanct? In other words, since education is our biggest human capital investment, and all of us talk about how education is a priority, what can you do, Senator, to change the way we do business? Because not just this year, I hear you talking about the 6 months, but it's last year, it's the year before, and the year before. Can we move to a place where when a student receives scholarship from the government, the greatest guarantor in society, they can be sure that the money will be paid to the school, and the school will not say you can't graduate because the government ain't sending money? What can you do to help us get to that important place?
We are very committed, Dr. Bobler. We are very, very committed to doing that. That's why the legislature took a decision to add additional $4.5 million on the new revenue that were identified at different levels from different revenue streams. So that was our way of saying, look, we have to ensure that teachers that are teaching in the classroom are placed on the payroll, not being a volunteer for so many years. It's also to ensure that the Ministry of Education, first of its kind, to have a little over 75 million in that sector. First. So we are committed. Mind you that the problem, this government inherited on just in the education sector a very huge amount. All of our different partners that we have been doing business with. You heard the cry from WAEC. Now all the works, free tuition payment, the previous government was owing WAEC almost $3 million. This government has to come in to make settlement immediately to have WAEC prepared to give the kind of exam and the kind of software going to contrite to correct the paper the way it should. We saw what happened, the last result. And that's why we have also done to make sure that scholarship commitment of government are paid in due time. That's why the legislature took a decision to send additional $4 million in addressing some of the issues in education. So we are committed to that, and we ensure, I've said it, that there will be no preferential execution of the budget. What does that mean? You had a budget that with a few ministries and agencies that government had interest in, or certain government officials had interest in, every time they will get allotment, and to them, and then the budget allocation will be paid. Why hospital in Grand Julia and other places go 5 months with all receiving a dime from government? We have made it as a decision in the Senate, providing our oversight responsibility over the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, that if we have any money, it should be equally distributed across the country on institutions and entities that are entitled, so that the economy can move in those different directions. So you will not have preferential execution of the budget. There are no Ministry Y, and I'm friendly with Minister X. So as soon as the appropriation, the allotment come, we pay it automatically. No, we are not going to be involved in that. So we are committed to that, and that's why we try as much as possible to be transparent. Our budget are very clear, as it will be offloaded. I am sure it is offloaded on the IFMI system. You can access it on your internet. You can access it from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning website. Go there and look at it line by line.
Thank you, Senator.
What the Senate are.
Thank you. You're done, Dr. Bobla. We got to move on. You have asked your 2 questions, please. We can come back to you. We beg you, hold up.
I didn't ask you. See you. I want to ask one question. I asked you. Yeah, my second question for the senator. My second question is, we keep hearing about your offices being full of people. And we understand that people come there, they have needs and those kind of things. Mr. Senator, can you help us shift from all of the people in the counties, depending on the lawmakers for everything, to establishing these social services offices in the county, so y'all can allocate the resources and then put it in the counties, so that the county executives, that group can be distributed, the pressure of the lawmakers, so you can focus on more oversight and how you can get more resources for the county. Can you commit to doing that shifting? So let the money go for social services and job creation. The county, then will be less people running behind you every time to ask you for money and school fees for their children.
Thank you. Go ahead, Senator, please. Thank you, Dr. Bobla.
Thank you. Thank you, Doug, for that wonderful question. And it begins with you that the blueprint. If you sit on the platform and tell the Liberian people that the Senate received $700,000 for a retreat, then you're telling all the ordinary citizens of the country to say that the senator didn't get the whole money. It begins with you. The executive had a 3 or 4 day retreat in Monrovia. To date, I don't know what went into the execution of that retreat at the ministerial complex. There's no information, no news, no document finding to know what went into that retreat. But the Senate went to Buchanan for 3 days. And then it is projected at $700,000. So you will see everybody coming to us because we have been made to our citizens to believe that the entire government money, the $738 million budget, which the legislature has only $54 million, we have all that money. So everything we do, whether we explain to them, you all have helped to make us to have the kind of pressure we have. I'm just telling you, in the whole year, we are allotted $833.30 per month. That's a problem. Given what is obtaining in this country, $833.30. Is that money that lawmakers can use in their different counties, we as senators, per month? No. But it is sounding very big because we have consolidated in the 6th month of the year to receive it on one check. That is $10,000. So it had made the news that all the other money, that now money people spending, but the $10,000 that if you prorate by month is just $883.30 for a senator to run in his or her county throughout the month.
Thank you,
for
Senator.
visitation and attend program, graduation program. So please help us to say the truth. Then those little ones that don't understand will feel more relaxed and say, look, our senators are going through the help. So let us stay in our county, let us stay to our houses, and let us give them chance to provide their oversight responsibility in the way and manner that they will have time.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. We're going to go around the table, but Senator, I think from where I sit, I think you are in error, and every one of you, when it comes to the $833.33. If you know it's not enough money to speak to your people, you've taken a paycheck home. Must we pay you every little dime nickels just to go do your work? You're going to talk to your people to really like you. You're going to talk to your people. You already got $150,000 in the budget you put in. And all this other little story says it's not enough, but you're going home while people are dying. Senator, we have family people in Egypt, students in Morocco. They're begging for the fees to be paid. But every day we come, you talk about the executive. We got a document on the executive. We're going to explain and talk about the executive. But let's talk about the senators. The representative will be going on a retreat too. They're about to spend over $1 million United States dollars. So, Senator, is this happening? So, yeah, you're saying it's just $833. Give it back to the people. Be content with your paycheck. If you can go talk to the people in the district or in the county, don't go there. I mean, that's the fact. You guys are spending a lot of different money, man, and you're killing Liberia. But anyway, it's my opinion, though. I know you're beating on me over that because we are friends. Let me go now to Alpha Dika, Glendy, Asidu, and Paul Kennedy. My brother Fadika. I like you today, by the way, Fadika. You've been smart today.
I'm always smart. Well, let me say this. Let me start from where Dr. Brooke left off. Senator, I've been around the Capitol building for some time. In the last couple of months, I've seen a lot of things going on there. How is it possible that you guys can shift towards giving handout versus implementing policy that will solve some of these problems? And let me tell you some of the problems that I see coming at the legislature when I'm there visiting. My child's sick, I need to go to the hospital. Oh, this thing happened. Yes, you know the everyday problem. How can you put dollars in those communities to solve those problems and say, you know what, that money, I got money, but I give that money to your community, I build clinic, I provide free this, I provide this and that. How can we avoid this dependency? Or is it a strategy to get re-elected? How? Is there a strategy? Or do you have one?
Yeah, let me say this, and I'm just going to throw it back, like I said. Fatiga, if we start to look into the budget of some of the public corporation and some of the institutions, despite the harmonization, you notice that, I mean, individuals in the different sectors of government are highly paid more than members of the Senate since the harmonization. But it has been, it's a perception now all over the country. It's going to take some time for people to actually understand the work that senators or representatives do. It's going to really take some time. There's this mindset of our people that we are the only government officials. Since they elect us, they don't have time for ministers. They don't have time for directors. They don't have time for commissioners. They don't even know who commissioners are, who ministers are. That's the perception of our people. So they only know those that are up for election. So whatever you do, whether you tell them this is not our function, we are not here to buy, baby dapper, we are not here to buy rest for you, we are not here to pay your medication. All what we say, even cutting money from our budget and making sure that we put it to education, we put it to health, we put it to agriculture. It doesn't mean anything. All the thing is, they have been made to believe that they have agriculture break. Before I even came in the Senate or in the House of Representatives, there was a rumor all around. It was a big thing when the Senate or the House of Representatives budget were not being disclosed. They said they have an agriculture break fee of $50,000. Can you imagine? And as soon as you won election, your follower will be behind you. And they say, I guess $50,000, we got to take it, we got to get our own money. So it's a perception problem. So until we all try our best to educate that, look, these lawmakers are the ones appropriating money to be in the hospitals, to face the road, to make sure that medication in the hospital, in the clinics, they will not. So to answer your question, is an OH problem, and how to deal with it is for all of us to muster that courage to say these people work at XYZ, lawmaking, representation, and oversight. But they don't know that. On top of that, we have more than 10 other functions. You have to build road. If they don't have road, they don't want to contact the public health minister. If they don't have hospital, they don't want to contact the health minister. If they don't have medication in the hospital, if no teacher in the classroom, they are not going to contact the CEO even in the district. As soon as you go, there's a long list. We don't have teacher. We don't have road. We don't have this. My daughter this, that. So that's a perception. If you don't do that, you'll be voted out. So it's something that we have to deal with. But if we decide to disclose as a government, as a first branch of government, because we have oversight on some of the entities that we have their budget in our hands. Some of them making $15,000. It doesn't make the news. Senator made $8,000. But nobody goes to them. So we don't say this other person making 15,000, making 20,000, even when we had a harmonization policy in this country. No. And I say it's right there. I said no, it's right there. He just left government. He's not going to deny that we have institutions in this country currently still making $15,000. You can't deny that. So I mean, it's a perception problem, and all of us have to deal with that.
All right. Thank you, Senator Moyi. You want to do your second question?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I'll get back to that. My second question happens to do with this. Yesterday, we got this news about the 700,000 that was allegedly spent in Bikino. Now it is we from Senator Connie and Senator Dillon. We see that it's $50,000 plus whatever 10,000. When you guys went to this retreat, was that $10,000 given at the retreat, or is something that has been disbursed earlier? And is it definite that only 50,000 was spent at that retreat?
Yes, it's quite definite that we had our money before even the retreat, was scheduled. It was requests that were made, like I said, at the beginning of May, and because the budget was not offloaded in the IFME system, the folks at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning told us that we could not access money on that line. So we waited until they offloaded the budget, and then that request was made good. And it was sent to the accounts of senators before even the retreat. So it was not something that people went to Bikena and received it. And like I say again, Adam made requests. The first proposal was made, and then senators noticed that we don't have any line in our budget called retreat. So we'll not take our committee hearing. That's our core function, money and use it for retreat. So there was a heavy argument. And then all of us said, no, we're only using, we got to go and recast that budget and let's use 50,000. When the 50,000 budget was done, to the best of my recollection, our finance office dispersed 47,000 of the 50,000. That's all. So we don't have any line in our budget called retreat. So your core function line, which is committee hearing, you cannot deplete it for retreat purpose. And we have 6 more months to go into the calendar year. So we said no.
Thank you so much. Glenn, Mrs. Glenn.
Thank you, Senator Moi. We'll now go to Paul Kennedy. You want to go, or Isaac? What's it? Isaac though. Isaac though. Will ask you your 2 questions, please.
Yeah. Thank you. Senator Moi, nice to have you on. Greetings. Senator, to all respect to you, you're my man, but let's be real to our people. Senator, there are a few things you said. First, I want to correct you on it. One who expect, as a senator, you who know what is actually unfolding. Although the United Party government came to power on propaganda and lies, but when you're in government now, you do away with the propaganda a bit. Senator, you said the previous government owed WAEC money, and the children who not have taken their WAEC, had your government not paid it. It is respectfully not true. It is false and it is misleading, sir. And so to explain to you on how it worked, the government of Liberia should be paying 2 kinds of WAEC fees. One of them is the fees for the students to sit. The other one is the fee for the government's contribution for the upkeep of WAEC's office in Nigeria, the headquarters. President Weah's government does not owe a cent to WAEC for the sitting of WAEC. What the government does owe, though, is the fee as the government's contribution for the upkeep of the WAEC's office in Nigeria. And if you want to know it again, Senator, according to the head of WAEC, Diogoto, a man I personally know, he said the $3 million that government owes totally comes from a 30-year span, about 3 decades. So if we were to go at an assumption probability, you will state that the President Weah's government will be owing the WAEC headquarters $600,000, while the President Salih's government, where your president now was a vice president, will be owing $1.2 million. So, Senator, you are very correct. I wanted to make sure that information is clear. And I have 2 questions. I hope I'll get an opportunity for one more. I know you said last year some senators refused 30,000 and you were mixing it up with the question Stanton was asking you. I wanted to make that clear again, Senator, because I know Last year, you had 30,000 that some senators refused for legislative project. This year, Senator, you have 150,000 for the same legislative project. We wanted to make sure we correct those things because you are speaking as a senator. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. So my first question I wanted to ask you, Senator, you said $833 is for $833 each month for 12 months for visiting your area. And all of the senators received their 10,000 because it will sum up to that. The senator from Nimba or Yantoyen, do you know if he received 10,000 as well?
Okay, thank you. My man Isaac, I think we just saying the same thing, but maybe the explanation is different. Government is continuity, so whether Madam Salif had a rear and the George Weah government could not settle it, that was the current government that left power. So if he had the money to settle wire obligation, it wouldn't be a problem for this current government. So I like to make that clear. We're saying the same thing. It's like we left the debt portfolio of the country a little over 800 million. We inherited $2.2 billion. So can we say it's not something that will not make efforts to pay as a government to open the way for entry into the IMF program? That's our responsibility. So we are just saying the same thing I am saying. That's the immediate past government. They did not make effort to pay whether Ellen had a rear, Ellen government had a rear in the tune of 2.5 million or 2 million, but they should have made it their business, since WAEC is very important, to clear up that so that our students can have access to whatever technology they need to work with. Then on the line of the $30,000, we took a decision as a Senate at the time. We refused it. This time around, the draft budget came with a $3.6 million on account of legislative project. The Senate and the legislature again took a decision that we don't want this money under the legislature. We are not an implementing arm of government in terms of project execution. So what we did was cut that $3.6 million off the legislature budget, add it up and send it to Liz. Liz will now implement the project as per the agreement that has been drafted and signed. So no legislator will have access to a dime. That money going to go through the PPCC bidding process. Contractors will be identified, whether it is pre-financed at a certain stage before the first amount is received. All the conditions will be stipulated in the contract. And then Liz will disperse the money and monitor as per what it is agreed on. The only thing lawmaker will have to do, which is a normal thing, if you are a senator, the region that you want to do the project, the community will identify the project that you want, and that will be communicated to you through the county local authority. And that communication will be transmitted to our focus person for us in the Senate that has been designated by the pro tem is Senator Boaz Charles Sibwe. Senator Sibwe will now receive that communication from each senator and then transmit it to Liz. Senator Sibwe on the work finish. Liz will now put up a bid based on the assessment of the project, how much it costs, and that bid will be done, and a qualified contractor will be given the award to do that project. So what happened in time past is quite different from this. In time past, in the previous budget, you had the money domiciled under the legislature budget, and the legislature could be given $30,000. You put it in your pocket, you go in the community and say, I will be the handphone here. Whatever goes into that, who's going to order you? We're doing it differently. So that's an improvement. And it's about impacting the communities in all the different counties. Development was stagnated. We could not reach to Grand Crew. at certain point in time because we need a population to vote for us. So we did project in other places that have population. But this time around, we are saying let the people of Ground Crew have that money to do some work. So that is that, and I just wanted to make that clear.
So, Senator, sorry, I beg you, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I know you didn't answer my question. I was asking on the 833, but the reason I asked because that should be for a 12-month period. And my understanding is you guys have already received that amount in 6 months. So what happens to the next 6 months since you already received it? And second to that, the reason I specifically asked about Nyan Twine, the senator, he just went in the Senate. I'm not sure he's entitled to.
He want to answer it now. He said thank you. He just you gotta hold on, because you asked a two-fold question. Let me answer the second part, please. Go ahead, Senator.
The $833, I was just breaking the amount down per month. So I said it is a lump sum amount on a budget line item called constituency visit. So if you go there, you'll see 290,000. Yes, Senator Nyan Twine did receive $10,000 because he has been duly inducted into office and certificated and duly inducted in the Liberian Senate. So he came at the right time because that money was never accessed by the president that served before him. So he received that money. So I'm saying I was just trying to give the money value of the 10,000. I was like, it's not, if we wanted to break it down to receive it piece by piece, it will be broken down. Instead, 290,000, because we know that in some instances, we may not get it every month. So we are getting it in the 6th month of the year, and you care less to ask me why you're being using for the past 6 months to go in your day. But you are not asking me why you were used in the last 6 months of the year. The same way we manage ourselves from January to May, and then receiving this 10,000 in June, we manage ourselves from June to December, because that's the only line out there. When you deplete it, depleted. So that's the answer to your question. We are very sensitive to that, and it has no bearing on the government. That's a line, and that's how we decided to receive it, and it has been received, and nothing will be left there.
Well, so my second question before that, you made some very shocking comments, and so much for transparency and accountability of the government that preached this during the campaign. Senator Nyan Twine just got elected. It's about 1 or 2 months ago. He should not be entitled to months' money that he was not a senator. The justification that the person who he replaced did not receive that money is the vice president, who was not a senator at the time the place was vacant. So why would you want to give a senator's money for the time when he was not a senator? It is shocking. And the next instance, Senator, I always want to
hold on 1 minute. Let you answer that, Acid. Then you can ask your final question, please. You're making a very, very good point, Senator. Liberians people want to know. This senator was seen dead January of 2023, February, March, April, all the way to December. Or he wasn't there even this year, January, February. So why are you giving him money that he just came in, Senator? Is that transparency? Is that what you guys decided to do? What's going on here?
Okay, so thank you very much, Stanton, and thanks to Isaac for the question. The Senate took and you are quite right. The Senate, under the leadership of Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, has strived, to push transparency at all levels. Before Senator Twine could receive the $10,000, it was discussed in the Senate consultative meeting that, given the fact that he has come and the issue of office furniture is not in our budget, the issue of giving him some little allowance to resettle no line in our budget. So the Senate took a decision holistically. It said, as a way of helping you, since you just came and no furniture in your office, you don't have thing, we're going to give you the 10,000. So it was resolved by the Senate. Mind you, we can make our own law and we can pass on our rules and take decision that will be understandable to all of us. So it was discussed, and the Senate gave approval for us to give the 10,000 to Senator Toyin. First, the portion that was not duly worked for will be used to assist him to furnish his office.
Did you receive money? Did Nathaniel McGill receive money? Did Bill Tribal receive money? Did any other senator receive money to furnish their offices?
No. Like I said, it was left with you. That's why you see offices are furnished differently. It left with you to put what you want to put in your office.
So let me be very clear with my question, because I asked it stay on the floor. I beg, ask it. Did any senator, with the exception of Yan Twine that you just disclosed, receive money to furnish their office, or will you guys be reimbursing them for furnishing the office?
Then we have a provision. We have a provision on our lines that call for $5,000 furnishing offices, but it has not been received yet. So we can effort furnishing offices are based on the senator liking or the senator capacity to buy.
I agree. But let's go back to the question, sir. But you are telling Liberian people, because we have been informed, and that's the reason why I cautioned this question, that you guys will be reimbursed because for some of you guys furnish your office. Now you have given Yan Twine $10,000. So we get
$5,000
again another $5,000. Go ahead, ask it though.
Well,
but you are not receiving it. So
regardless, you guys will receive it again. So it's not, but it's not receiving it yet.
I've been on the floor. Let me just go to my second question.
Go ahead,
the explanation you gave me is just a clear resemblance to rescue, confuse people around here. Senator, because the man came in late, didn't have furniture, so the government of Liberia's budget had a budget line for constituency visit. You say, okay, since you get furniture, take that money and buy. So it means rescue now, you can use money for anything from anywhere. Once the person can say they say, oh, so you get money for sick, or the money is also buy a cell phone, go pay a hospital bill. I think that is a little interesting to know. And then I wanted to also clarify, I'm saying this because you are a senator and a lot of people will listen to you. You spoke of a 2.2 billion debt. I'm not saying government is not continuing with it, but we just have to be very sure and clear on those things. Senator, it is true the government of Liberia, at the end of the CDC terms of debt portfolio was $2.2 billion. But I'm very, very sure you are aware that during the George Weah's term, more than 700 million was reclassified to loan that was initially classified as grant by the UP government under President Sirleaf and as well as Vice President Joseph Boakai. Most of that money came from during the time of Ebola, when some people gave Liberia money and they thought it was grant. I hope you're aware of it. So just to correct that, George Weah government had a little over 600 million added to the debt period, and that's it. And I know you said some things. You took money from operation line. You put it to committee hearing. It's all like my name as it do, change it around to do as it. Then you defend it, all those things. But Senator, the last question I want us to talk about this 700,000 that was allegedly spent. Should I say? And you said for the 7,000, Senator. With all respect, I don't know how is that adding up at all. Did you guys receive funding for the retreat based on the government's approved travel ordinance as per the DSA, or it was just some random amount? I'm asking this because if it was based on the government approved DSA ordinance, the amount of persons alone will be hitting about $42,000 on DSA only. Not fuel, not feeding, not all of the things. So how was the money apportioned? Like, is it from DSA? Is it just a random amount? How did you guys actually come about it?
Oh, okay, thank you. So, like I said, let me just take you back. It's not changing the name from Do Asset to Asset Do. If you are a budget person, you will understand clearly what I'm talking about. When we have operation line, we still have committee hearing in the budget. Look at the 2023 budget under the Senate or the House of Representatives. So, how can you take a whole line off? Then you're telling me you're changing the name from Do Asset to Asset Do? No, absolutely no. We had the two lines existing at the same time. We had operation and we had committee hearing. So this Senate took a decision to say, no, we're not going to deal with anything called operation because this is undefined. Our core work is associated with committee work. Ways and Means committee work. Rules and other committee work. Public hearing are committee work. Confirmation hearing are committee work. So that's our core function. So what we have in the budget now is committee hearing. So when the proposed retreat budget was drafted, when the Senate saw it, and there was no line on our budget called retreat, we immediately took a decision to say no. Committee recast that budget, and the only amount that will come from this, our committee hearing money, will be $50,000. Go and work in that $50,000, and it is the $50,000 that pay hotel bills, that provided food, and of course, you know, all of us have vehicles that accompany our staffers. The central administration, 2 buses were hired, and you know, to convey our central administration staffers. Institutions that we invited to facilitate, they are all institutions of government that have vehicles that convey them to the retreat site. So it was not an expense on us. We did not receive DSA. We already said it's committee hearing. So only our staffers, central administration staffers, that were given, you know, daily sustenance allowance.
How much?
So
How you guys determine that, man? How much you gave them? What's the breakdown sheet for the driver, for the security, for the media folks that went there, for feeding? How you guys broke it down? How was it broken down? How?
I didn't, you know, I'm not the accountant for the Senate. We have a whole account department. You know, when we appear, then you reduce our work now to look kind of, you know, small level. I'm not the accountant. I'm not the controller for the Senate. I'm not the secretary of the Senate. These are departments that conduct the day-to-day function of the Senate. If you had told me earlier that, look, you will be appearing and we want your Senate Finance Committee to give you a report, we'll display it here.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Glenn, have you asked a question? I will move into Paul.
No, I haven't.
You are just moderating. Okay. Let me just put in the record, Glenn. We'll come back to you before Paul. Senator, how much was spent totally on the retreat?
My answer, I repeat again what I said. The proposed.
No, it's not a proposed. I just asked you, I beg you, Senator, how much was spent totally on the retreat? How much?
$50,000 was the budget for the retreat. For the saving of that $50,000, to the best of my recollection, has been expended.
Okay, so
the $7,000, yes.
So the reason why I asked the question, Senator, because your other colleagues, the Pro Tem, Senator DeLong, Amara Conner, and the rest of them say $50,000 was spent. But you say, I beg you, Senator, I beg to rest. I beg you. But you saying $47,000 was spent. The Liberian people need to know, line by line, precinct by precinct, a little here, a little there, how much you give driver, how much you give security, how much you're feeding, all these different things. Can we have those documents by tomorrow?
The finance office of the Senate will make that document available. It's not anything to hide. That's the beginning of transparency, and we are obligated to making that available. But as I said, all of us took a decision. We said 50. So everybody in their head knows 50,000 was the budget to be used for the retreat. So if you see them talking about 50-50, that was a decision that was made.
But why honor that decision? Why honor that decision? You're
But in
told.
the execution, in budget execution, you can make a budget. Maybe they were conservative in some other areas, So the actual that was spent now, I'm told, is for the 7,000, and the breakdown will be made available. What do you want me to say?
We just want to.
Everybody took a decision.
Everybody said today.
So we say that the corner saying 50,000 because the Senate took a decision that we should not spend nothing more than 50,000.
Everybody said today that Everybody said today that Prince Moyi, the senator, the chairman on Ways and Means, will give a full report tomorrow, because you will give the financial breakdown, and we hope that we'll wake up and we'll have that report, because the Liberian people need to know.
Definitely.
Yes, thank you very much. Let me go to my sister Glennie, and we'll go to Paul Kennedy. Glennie, please.
Senator Moyi, how are you? So I have a question.
I'm okay.
I have a question about the furniture and the $5,000. So the senator from Nima County took over the office of Senator Kuhn. Are we to believe publicly that Senator Kuhn had no furniture in his office left for his now predecessor?
Okay, so offices are now assigned by county. Offices are not assigned by county. So when the vice president, then senator, left the office was immediately taken over by another senator that was available. The office will not be locked. It is for Nima County, no. We don't assign offices by county, no. So he went into an office that was completely empty, and then he needed to furnish that because another person took over the office that Senator Kuhn was in, now vice president.
Okay. So my follow-up question to that will be, is there anything allocated in the Senate budget for furnishing offices? Because what we witnessed was, as some senators and representatives left, they took away furniture that they claim they have personally purchased. Here we are again, and we're hearing that people are individually furnishing their offices. Are we to expect that after 9 years, they will do the same thing? What is the plan as your own ways? I mean, what's the plan that's in place so that the government is responsible for furnishing offices and individuals are not doing this, so that when they leave, they take their properties?
Okay, so thank you. If you want the government to furnish offices, we will go back to the same public okra. To have office furnished as per the liking of senators, you have to spend a little over 10 or 15,000 in some instances, 15, 25,000 in some instances. And no offices that will cost 10 to 15, 20,000 at the Capitol building. That's a lot of money. So what the Senate did was, look, we have a ceiling, $5,000. If you want your office to consume more than 5,000, as the ROA, that is the Chairman on Rules, Order, and Administration, what extra you'll be putting in there, aside the 5,000 that coming from government funding, let them record it. So all senators that have furnished their office above $5,000, those extra items that were bought by them will be recorded by the Rules, Order, and Administration, and that department will have records on those items, so that when you are not re-elected, when you are leaving, those records will be displayed, and your personal effects that will be termed as personal effects that you brought into the office will be taken away. So that's the order and that's the rule that we have in the Senate. So you don't see senators just getting away with things that do not belong to them. We have a set rules, $5,000. If you think your office needs more than $5,000, it is at your own volition that you're going to do that. But mind you, anything you bring in, make sure that the Rules, Order, and Administration Committee chairperson and the Central Administration Director records everything so that when you are leaving tomorrow, those things will be carried by you. That's the system in the Senate.
So, but this system, and I don't have any more questions, but just a small follow-up. This system was what was in place in the last Senate, right?
Yeah.
And we still saw people removing all, but we still saw people removing all of the furniture. We're not hearing from you. Even Kung office didn't have furniture in it, so that everybody who came now had to put in new furniture. How can you say that this is an expedient? This is a great process. How is this a good policy or process?
So let me just give you an example. When the Chinese did the bidding, they left a set of furniture in all the offices. They left a desk, 2 chairs, and there are furniture that they left there. So what happened over the period? Those furnitures are constant in the building. So when a senator leaves, what you add onto those furnitures that the Chinese left as a gift to the Liberian Senate will be left there. Then those that will come will have to put in new furniture, but that furniture cannot be taken out of that office. If you don't like them, you send them to your servers portion of the office, and you put in your new furniture. That's how we have worked. So it's not just random that anybody can just, for instance, I went to Senator Situma's office. He was Ways, Means, and Finance chairperson, and I met the Chinese, desk and everything there. So I left mine to Senator Tyler's office. So what I took from my office is what I carry to Senator Situma's office. Senator Situma's personal belongings is chairs that he had there. That was what he took away, but not items that have been recorded into the Senate Rules, Order, and Administration record. No. So that is not true. So everything that you saw senators taking away, these are things that were declared to the Rules, Order, and Administration, and when they were leaving, they took them along. And those furnitures that are currently in all the offices, if you don't like the Chinese furniture, sell it, but you cannot take it away. And they are all there in the different offices.
Thank you. Danny, are you done?
Yeah, are we gonna come back to asking questions about the returnees?
Yeah, I want us to do that, but let's go to Paul Kennedy first.
Okay,
It's very important that we ask about returnees because that's his country. So, Paul Kennedy, please, on this issue.
Senator Moi, it was by.
Oh, Paul, come on.
Mama, Senator, don't look at me like that. Dwalu be here speaking Basa all the time.
I said nothing to you. I would say that I would say the same thing.
You all have called me troublist. You have called me all kind of names.
Can you ask your question, please?
You always speak my dialect.
Ask your question.
Senator, what I'm hearing from you is that anytime a senator is elected, because you don't have a system that will conserve a particular space for new senators coming to get in, just sit there to work. So anytime a senator is elected, there will be an appropriation limited up to $5,000 for that senator to take, a space to work in their office. What is the role of the General Servicing Agency, Senator? What is GSA to the Senate?
The bulk project regime, I think, has been terminated by government. GSA used to do all of that, but there's a law, I think, that has repealed the bulk purchasing aspect. So we don't put money on our GSA for procurement, general procurement for all government institutions. It is not happening now because of the change in the law, I'm sure.
Okay, Senator, thank you very much for availing yourself to us. You know, when Dr. William R. Tolbert and the rest of them sat down and decided that all the procurement of government will be done by one agency, it was to bring a systematic approach to, harmonizing, if I may use that word. I don't like to use harmonizing, but I will use it. That process was meant to make sure that all government assets and all government material are purchased through a medium that will make sure government is kept within a particular spending limit, because it is of these spendings that make government to begin to spend a lot. Because 30 senators per $5,000 minimum, you're talking about 150,000 just on the Senate procurement of logistics for their office, as far as it is concerned. 150,000 United States dollars. But let me ask my main question. I'm from health, so I will now forget about health. The 2024 budget that you all allocated for health this year is 73 million. Senator, the legislature is coming out with 54 million, and the entire health sector came to receive 73 million. Do you actually think that this money, 73 million, is enough to make sure that the Liberian people have affordable, accessible, and a good quality health care?
I think it's a giant step in the direction. But let me also say this on the different grade of purchases that have been across government. The legislature took a decision in the budget law to state clearly that no institution, no agency in government will pay for vehicle in excess of $45,000. So to address your concern, Paul, these are steps that we are taking, because you used to see one commissioner riding 90,000 car. You used to see one minister riding 150,000 car. And when you ask the same thing, it was in the budget. They placed it in the budget. So we have made a law that no government minister or whoever, even including us, you cannot pay more than $45,000 for any vehicle. So I just wanted to make that clear. Then the next one is, yes, your next question was the health sector. When the draft budget came, we took a decision, in addition to the 73 million you are talking about, we added additional $4.4 million on the new revenue that we identified. So you will see her budget going to almost $80 million, that whole sector, $80 million. And in that $80 million, we were very definite to keep almost $4 million just for the procurement of drugs. $4 million on our line. So it tells you that what we experienced in times past, where clinics were giving prescription, people, hospitals, go across this side, go this side. We're trying to kick against that, and we will provide our oversight in a way that those drugs will last mile. In fact, the last mile health that distribute health products and medicine across the country, to nature medicine, we were very sensitive. We also appropriated $600,000 to help them to reach the last mile. It means where vehicle can even enter. If there's a clinic, like in DK, across the Simple, last mile health has to reach it to deliver health product to the DK clinic. And that's how far we were very keen in addressing issues in the health center. And the Senate also took a decision that all referral hospitals should now walk away with less than 200,000, all major referral hospitals across the country. So it means that every major referral hospital in the county, in addition to what you have in the draft, additional appropriation was made to help that referral hospital in the county. So these are steps that we took in the health center to alleviate. And we also made it as a law that instead of importing medicine all over from far places, we should utilize our local manufacturers. You know, they have pharmaceutical companies in Liberia right now. So the money stay right here. That was an attempt to empower local manufacturers that are already in the country producing medicine that we can use here. So I just wanted to give like highlights in the health sector.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Paul. Senator,
Yeah, thank you, Senator.
We're just going to keep you just to ask about the returnees, Senator, because it's important. We missed you. We couldn't talk to you at the time. Those returnees that are coming from Ghana, they are in your state, in your county. But let me ask you a question before we get to them, because Glenn is trying to bring this up. Senator, the 45,000 for a car per senator, for how long? 4 years or the 9 years?
No, it's 3 years.
So 3 years. So you guys are senator for 9 years. So it will be 45 times 3, right?
Yeah. Every 3 years, and that's a general policy across government.
Okay,
That's why
we understand, Senator. Let me do. I'm walking towards my question. You're gonna have a car for 3 years. That's 135,000 per senator for 9 years. That's 135,000. Can we say that your salary per year is 120,000, or is it too much, or lower than that?
It's 8,000 per month.
It's 8,000 per month. So 8,000 per month, that would be 96,000 a year. So so the 96,000 a year, you're just getting $10,000 for community engagement. That would be 106,000. You go ahead again to do the 150,000, which of course you're going to oversee, because each district, each county on one county will get 150,000. You guys are 2 senators. Maybe you will agree to split it. That's 75,000 between you and that senator. You're going to get 45,000 every 3 years. So of course, if you break it down per year, 3 divided by 45, that would be 15,000. Senator, do you know that the lawmaker will be walking away with at least 291,000 every year, if I'm correct? Maybe a little bit high. If we do the math and all your incentive and your gas slip and thing, you are a little over 291,000. Am I correct?
Okay, so let me say this. You know, when you attach a monetary value, we're all considering the underlining factors to maintain the vehicle. We are getting $45,000 for vehicle, and that vehicle will be purchased. You don't have maintenance costs in the budget for that vehicle. It's left with the senator. You know the terrain across the country. You have to service that car. There's no provision. So if you just take on the face value, yes, somebody will get $45,000 car 3 times in the 9-year period. Then also consider the cost of maintenance for those that are living into hard-to-reach counties.
Yeah, but Senator, we are not there. I just want to bring people to go home with something, because we got to go to this returnees. Senator, my question is per year. Even if you break the money down, don't tell me over the past government. We came to rescue the people, sir. Why do you think it is necessary for you guys that took over to rescue Liberians will be walking away with over 200,000 a year? Is that the message you preach to the people of Bond County, that you are coming to rescue them, but yet and still you're walking away with over 200,000? Just you, Senator Moi, or Senator DeLong, Senator Amara Kone, Pro Tem Yombli Kanga, and the rest of the senator? You think it's fair to Liberians, home and abroad, that you will walk with over 200,000 a year, regardless the explanation, and you even want more? Senator Prince Moi, speak to your people in Bond County. Speak to those that are coming home. Speak with those that are coming home as a returnees and get nowhere to stay. Speak to those that went underwater these few days because of the heavy pour of rain. Speak to the children that have to cause a commotion at Fender campus because the buses couldn't go and pick them up and take them to school. Speak to that pregnant woman that giving birth under no electricity. That you, Senator Moi, and all the rescue senators, I'm not talking about sedition, that's why we beat them. But all the rescue senators agree to rescue the Liberian people, but yet and still you guys are rescuing yourself with over 200,000 a year. Hey, Senator Moi, is there any way to justify it? Are you proud? Are you happy? Is this the message of the rescue train, sir?
Okay. Thank you, Stanton. I think you're right when you say that. But what you are not also saying to the Liberian people is that the Senate under the rescue leadership has reduced the legislature budget from $64 million to $54 million. So if we are IQ as a legislature, say, look, restored our budget in totality, step on, then we're going to talk about $64 million. Just last year, you haven't said that to the Liberian people. You haven't said that.
So we agree. We use the term we agree. Senator, you save a little over 9 million. We agree from 64 million to 54 million. We agree that was our message. We agree with everything the people are saying. The rescue mission agree. But Senator, is that even enough that you, Senator Moi, can go home with over $200,000 a year and you are preaching the message of change? Regardless of what you say that George Weah took it 100 billion. The people rejected George Weah because you came with a new message that you would bring it to the lowest. Is this the lowest you can go, sir? That the people of Liberia can suffer and you walk home with over 200,000?
So I can assure you by next year, the budget will further reduce because we have a non-recurrent expenditure for this year. That is the purchase of vehicle for the House of Representative members and that of the senators. So you have one non-recurrent expenditure in this fiscal period that want to be taken away from the legislature budget. So, I mean, it tells you that by next fiscal year, from 54, we'll be talking about 46 or 47. And that excess will be passed on again. So we are in the process of ensuring that we have a very transparent Senate, a Senate that will not conceive anything. That's why I'm here, although I'm under the weather. But I have to honor your invitation to be here to explain what the retreat meant and what went into it, what the 290 is about, and I will give you the go-ahead. Once the final budget is printed, display the Senate budget and see what I am saying. It's not the actual thing that I'm saying here. Display it on your screen. So we are obligated to the Liberian people. That's why we say, look, 9 million will never enter the legislature again. We're sending it to health, we're sending it to education, we're sending it to agriculture. That was we could have.
So we agree because Glendy, we said, sir, we ready press some time. We said thank you for coming. I want to bring Glendy. She got out one question for the returnees, and everybody will ask one question each. You know, the senator is under the weather, but we appreciate you, Senator Prince Moi. Whenever we call you, you answer. We agree that you said wait for next year, we'll reduce the thing, but right now this year you won your 200 and something thousand. Wow. But thank you very much, Senator. My sister Glendy, please start this ball rolling on the returning. One question each, but I will give you two questions, Glendy, because you bring it up.
Senator Moi, I want to ask you if you've made a visit to where the returnees are lodging. Have you been there?
Okay, thank you very much. I passed there, but what I was in country, I have gone to attend the Africa Week at UNESCO in Paris, when the first batch of the returning entered the country. And we as caucus took a decision that we have a focus person on the returnees program. And that person is Senator Johnny Kwe. So he was mandated by the caucus to move to Lokatu on behalf of the county to receive the returnees and then accompany them to Banga. And he did brief us that he made that journey and then came. And then there were issues that they needed to settle. I think when we left, there was the argument that somebody awarded $35,000. They were all over the place, and our Moe company or whatever. And I'd like to make it clear here. Maybe
Senator Moe, can I hold you there? My question was direct and specific. You, as the senator of Bong County, have you visited, you personally, the site of the returnees? That's my question. It's a yes or no question.
I haven't been in the county to pay a specific visit. I told you I was away. And since I came, the last time I went, I was way in Soso. And then I came and passed. It was this weekend that I paid an official visit to the site. But like I said, the Senate has a focus person, and that person has been in touch with us as that the day-to-day happenings of the returnees program in the county. So yes, let me answer your question. Officially, I haven't visited the site because I was
So officially or unofficially, you have not visited the site. That is the answer.
No, he's speaking. I beg you, he's breaking up. Senator, can you hear us better? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, you are back now. You're okay. Did you hear Glennie's second question?
Yeah, no, I didn't get her.
Go ahead,
No,
Glennie.
so I'm saying whether officially or unofficially, you have not physically visited the site as a senator of Bong County.
Yeah, I just told you that I was away. I was in Paris when the first batch of the returning came. Since I came, I was on a 4-day retreat in Bassa. So I haven't gone there officially. I passed through to go to Zoso to honor an invitation to guest speak the Lutheran University graduate program.
So you think going to be a guest speaker, then you as a senator or city senator for Bong County, not going to welcome your returnees and see their plight and see where they are, you think going to be a guest speaker was more important than you stopping to see those people? Was that more important to you as a senator of Bong?
Gladys, that gets something right. The returnees are not only for Bong County. Have you asked any senator whether they have gone there to see other citizens?
We've asked quite a few senators. We've asked quite a few senators.
It's a national program. And one thing we're mistaken is the returning program is a national program. It was only that Bong is centrally located. That's how the LRRC asked for the transit center to be there to hold them temporarily. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be me in particular. I've told you the caucus has designated a focus person, and that is Johnny Kwe. You didn't see Senator Kwe in Lokatu. You haven't seen Senator Kwe accompanied Minister of Youth and Sports. I mean, it can be something that if we doesn't go there, it means that we are in charge and making sure that what's supposed to be done are done. So it's not a Bong County initiative. It's a national program.
So let me just close on this. I'm really disappointed to hear you say that. As a senator of the Republic of Liberia, your county was host to these returnees. This was a planned process that whether Bong County, whether they're Bong County citizens or not, whether they're in transit or not, I think it would have been good for you as a senator to go there and not say that it was more important for you to go and deliver a speech than to go visit Liberians. I'm just strongly disappointed in your response. I just want to make sure you hear me say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Glendy. That's
okay, thank you. I mean, that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion, but I'm just saying the engagement at the Lutheran University was a engagement I committed myself to. Not that it was important, more than stopping at the center to speak. We can always stop there, and we'll stop there.
But you said you're going there this weekend, right?
Yes, that's what I said. I said I was away. I don't know how you want me to answer. I was away when I came. We have to go to Basel for 3 days, and because I will not let the people of Zoso, the Lut, have to leave from here. So morning, Monrovia went there and came right back. So I didn't have the time to stop. When I stop in there, it means that I have to make sure that I move everywhere. But I have been briefed. The same way the legislature work. Why have you not? Why all the senators of the country have not gone there to visit returnees that cut across the entire country? Why is not a question that you can ask?
Thank you. That's
so we have a focus president. That focus president is briefing us on the day-to-day activities of the center.
Thank you.
So it's a national program.
Thank you, sir. Let me bring Dr. Bokler, please. One question, Dr.
Thank you.
Senator really got to go and rushing all the time, please.
Yeah, thank you. Senator, you're absolutely right. The program is a national program, not a Bond County program. But the program is being housed, the returnees are being housed in your county. I think stopping there would have been a display of compassionate leadership for citizens who have been distressed, disparaged in many ways, and downtrodden. Well, here's my question. My question is, you talk about the vehicles. I just want for my enlightenment that of the Liberian people. What happens after every 3 years? The senator keeps the car and then get another $45,000 allotment? Because every 3 years you get 45K.
Okay, so it's a government policy. I think you saw the public outcry when the former IG said he paid $2,500 or whatever for the car that he took over from the former IG Gregory Como. So it's not only unique to the legislature; it cut across.
No, I'm just asking about legislature.
Any working car, as a matter of policy, it's 3 years. After 3 years, you can apply to. If you stay in the same ministry or agency, you can apply to the GSA, to own it, pay some money into government revenue and own it. So since indeed we don't have servicing component in our budget, we don't ask government to service our vehicle. It is a policy that we have that after every 3 years, that car is deemed, although it is reviewed, it is deemed, not usable in the way that it will convey you at your work criteria. You know how we run from place to place. So you need another one that will have that capacity to take you to Grand Gila, to take you to Maryland, to take you to Sino, and to take you to Bong and Kukoya and all the other places. That's the idea that went into that policy.
Thank you.
Okay, so you do get to keep the car then. You get to keep the car.
If you pay for it through the GSA, that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Asido? Unmute, Isaac. All right, Paul Kennedy, you want to comment? We're not hearing you. Okay, go ahead, say something. Unmute again. You got to unmute, Isaac.
All right, you hear me now, right?
Yes, you good, yeah.
Yeah. So, Senator, we got one question here, please. Just yes or no with this. Now, ask just yes or no, please. Senator, do you believe in the doctrine of separation of power? Just yes or no?
believe in it.
So what were you doing at NASCOP in your executive mansion form to remove Mrs. Yeke? What were you doing there?
Isaac, so you want to bring the whole thing back. Okay, so this is what happened. Isaac, and I like to state it clearly. I was the national campaign manager of the Unity Party. So I was on my way to work since that building was constructed. I haven't entered NASCOP since it was constructed. I haven't gone to that office. So I was on my way to work, approaching City Hall, when Senator Boto Kane called me and said to me, "Oh, Senator Mo, you know that Murphy taking over today at NASCOP?" And I said, "Oh, no, nobody told me." He said, "But come so you can be here to see Murphy taking over." I said, "But who all there?" Then the senator said, "We have your former party chair here, now Minister Amin Bodak, the current party chair coming, Reverend Tape coming, and then I am here, and then other people coming." I said, "Oh, okay, but let me turn around." And that's how I told my driver to turn around. I didn't know the place. The first place I went was the one on 15th Street, I think 15th Street. Then they said, "No, the people moved to the other one." I said, "Okay." So when I went, the driver decided to use the main gate on the road. They said, "No." I said, "You have to pass behind." And that's how I went a pike, and then the security took me to where the program supposed to be held. So that when I met everybody sitting, I went to Mrs. Yeke office. They ushered me in, and she was joking. I sat down and I said, "Look," they said, "Murphy will take over today," and the senator there called me to come and witness the program. Are you aware? He said, "Yeah, they are out there waiting, but when they are ready, we'll walk." And I was joking. I said that your confirmation business gave us tough time. Then we started, joking about it. He said, "Yeah, the confirmation, I think you did it at the time." So after that, it was time. The security came and called her. We all walked in the hall. We walked in the hall. We sat down, and then the party chair decided to make introduction and said, "This is the new OIC that are going to be taking over as per the letter he has from the president." So I didn't know what was happening. And then I saw her saying, "No, is the MD away?" And, I said, "Oh, if it is not something that you put a word of, I don't think you need to have confrontation by putting the MD on the loudspeaker to speak to her. I don't think it makes sense, except where you don't think that the letter is from the president. So if you have constraint, Murphy, Councillor Kenneth, go back to the Martian and let the Martian does the right thing." I think when you look at the video, I said there's no need for confrontation. You don't have to put Mr. Van Bambo on to explain all this and that. I don't think that's what I was invited here for. So I said nothing more, nothing less I could have done in that circumstance. My job was to arrest the situation and make Councillor Kane to go back to the Martian for the right thing, and the video was clear. My statement is clear. So that was my role. It was not something that I had prior knowledge on as a national campaign manager, whether there are good things happening somewhere on account of some of our supporters. When you invite me, I have the time, I moved it. And most especially my colleague, Senator Kane, Boto Kane calling me. I had no excuse but to come back and be a part of that occasion. So that's what happened. That's all I know. No prior knowledge. I was going to work, and then they just called me, but knowing very well that Senator Kane was there, she's my colleague, and then all my party executives, I decided to be. But when I saw it, that it was not a peaceful one, I advised, I said, "Look, you don't need to call anybody here. Let the party move back to the Martian and let the right thing be done." That was all I had to do in that case.
Thank you, Isaac. We're going to go to Paul Kennedy to ask his last question for the senator.
Yeah, so thank you. I mean, the senator said he had not. My question was more about, since we said we're going to ask question about the returning, my question was structured around that. But the senator, of course, in all fairness, according to what he's telling us now, has physically not been there. Now he's telling me he's been briefed. I don't know whether I should still put the question just because maybe the office has briefed him, or the sector has briefed him. Senator Moi, you know, when you congregate, when you assemble people together, we from the health sector have something we're concerned about called infection prevention control. You know, we've seen outbreak and we've seen several challenges amongst you know, people that are clustered of diarrhea, you know, poor water issues, electricity. There are too many health issues that could sprout out when you put people together in a poor sanitary or poor structural condition. What is the current health situation of our brothers and sisters who have returned from Ghana to Liberia?
Like I said, our focus person on the caucus that is overseeing the returnees activity, Orokwe has indicated or has briefed us as members of the caucus and chairperson that there were returnees that were ill, and those returnees were taken to the nearby hospitals. Some of them recovered. Some of them have been moved to the Johnsonville site. I am told there's another site at the Johnsonville end, and the new one that came, I am told they came on Tuesday. They came Monday. The new batch came Monday. The old ones that were there, 200 of them were moved to the Johnsonville site to create space for the new ones that just returned. So like I said, I'm taking this weekend. Coordinator graduation is on Saturday. As a board member, I'm going to be there. I will stay there and ensure that I get the ultra Probo RC and other local officials move in physically to see. But what I wanted to start with, and Stanton just asked me to wait a little bit, was, you know, when the entire thing came, we thought it was an emergency situation, because when government made a decision in the cabinet to have our brothers and sisters from Ghana return to the country, at the time we were still in the budget discussion, and they made specific commitment that within 2 weeks to the Ghanaian authority, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we start to, you know, carry our people home. So at that time, the site, the Johnsonville site could not hold the over 700 first batch that came in the country. So that's how the LRRC management approached the superintendent of the county to see whether the former cantonment site that is in Cary, that was used by the Bangladeshi, could be worked on immediately to have the returnees stay there for a short term while they resettle them in their different communities. So all of us were talked to by the local authority, and they needed to have somebody start the work. And that's how I think somebody suggested that BMC, you know, should move in and do the work, and other both of them will say that's a small work. How can the BNC big company move from William Monrovia to go to Boone? And that's how 3 contractors, local contractors, went with the assistant superintendent for development. And then they had the area assessed. When the area was assessed and the BOQ was done, amongst the 3 companies, this company that was all in the news, it was attached to me, was selected. And if you look at the company business registration, their tax clearance stamp on, I have no association, none Not at all. No attachment. And like I told you in one of my text messages, I think because they named Peter Kekra as the owner of the company and the president comes from Bon County, I think that's the only association that they're trying to attach to me. But just to give them letter to proceed in the tune of $35,000 to go and do some work, I mean, I had no attachment. Everything was done through the local administration down to the LRRC head, and whatever was done was left within the door to implement. And that's how I had to travel, and to Paris. So I had absolutely no connection to it. How they were selected among the three, I mean, absolutely I have no connection. But the only maybe connection that people trying to tie to me, because the owner of the company is a Pele man, a Pele name. He comes from Bon County. Maybe that's I cannot disown a citizen of Bon County because he has a company that is duly registered, that he has paid his taxes to government. Whether he was registered a few months ago, how can a company have performance record? Is by starting on a smaller note. They can say the company has no performance record, you're giving them $1 million, $2 million contract. But just 35,000. I think it made the news, and then my secretary on the caucus even have to appear after the first video was shown. That rain was in the place. At the time the returnees came, the renovation work was not done properly, and they have to go and redo everything over to make them to be comfortable. So I just like to explain that if anything is happening, we are here, we are available. Just ask us. I don't have no attachment, but these are Bon County people, maybe, and maybe that's the only attachment.
Thank you, Senator.
Like I said, once it is in the country, I'm on an obligation to be there. That's true. But I have just said I came back and I will take my time to go, but it doesn't mean that we don't have a focused person on the caucus that is responsible to give us information. And that's how the Senate work. We work through committees.
Thank you, Senator.
The entire Senate going to investigate one process. No.
Senator.
Send people there, they come back and give us the feedback. So the way who are trust in making sure that the returnees are in the place are comfortable, has briefed us, then I have no option but to take his word, and I will go and do a background check, at this weekend.
Thank you very much, Senator Prince Moyi, Senior Senator, Bon County. I know Johnny Quay will get first, but yes, indeed, he met you there, so you are the Senior Senator according to me. I want to say thank you very much for joining us and taking our call and be part of the conversation greatly tonight. The next place in Johnsonville is Horrible, Senator. I just can't ask you any question because you have not been there. You have not assessed the place yet. So I will wait if you do that after this weekend, and then we'll ask our question. Where they left from is even better than where they were sent to in Johnsonville. We're trying to do a video to bring it forth for people to see. And I hope that you champion this one, Senator Prince Moyi, because the folks are complaining. They're giving them $5. They're raining on them. I know this is high, but I don't know how you have been briefed, but Patrick Woolsey is in serious trouble because the folks just don't like him. And he went ahead and fired individuals, hired his own people, and all this mess.
Yeah, but Theo, I'm not cutting you off, but you are aware that Patrick Woolsey happens to be the recommendation of Senator Prince Moyi. So I'm
Is that true, Senator? You recommended him?
Yeah,
he said it wasn't true.
Yeah. The senator.
Let's ask him. He's here. Prince Moyi, can you clear that for us? Did you recommend Patrick Woolsey?
Isaac, Patrick Woolsey is a stalwart of the Unity Party. Patrick Woolsey was once a Secretary General of the Unity Party, acting Secretary General, before an election was held. Patrick Woolsey once worked with LRRC before he was, I don't know, fired or dismissed, maybe during the CDC regime. So if the Unity Party government is in office and Patrick being a partisan and reflecting on the way he was fired and treated at the LRRC, and the party decided through the chairperson to recommend Patrick Woolsey, how can that be my recommendation?
So did you recommend Patrick Woolsey?
Did
you recommend?
Just explain to you.
No, just
Patrick
yes
is a
or
member
no.
of the party, so you mean?
So you didn't.
No.
You didn't recommend him, right?
No, I am not on record of recommending Patrick. Patrick is a senior partisan of our party. Everything he has, he merit.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
By association with the party. Nobody need to recommend him. Maybe through the party he was recommended, and he deserves.
It's conversation, Senator. Senator, he's from Unity Party, so that allegation that you recommended him, there's no strength in it because he's from Unity Party. I want to say, Senator, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you. As always, you come on the show, and whether it's hot or cold, you avail yourself for the Liberian people to hear you. We can disagree, but we appreciate you tonight, sir. Thank you. We'll wait for the document tomorrow, though. The breakdown from your finance office.
I will definitely send it to you. That's a commitment I will send it to you. Simpson. For the benefit of the public, I will send you that document.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night. All right, that's Senator Prince Moyi of Bon County, Republic of Liberia. Dr. Bopler, Sis Glendy, Fadika, Asado. I want to say this. The senator came up and he spoke. I'm totally disappointed. These guys are walking away. And you know what? I will give it to Fadiga today. We have to educate our people. I mean, I was taking notes and I was going through the land budget. Grandy, Dr. Bopler, Isaac, and Fadiga. 45,000 every 3 years. 15,000 every year if you buy the vehicle. It's 15,000. They make a little over 90,000, 105,000. They get 10,000 for their engagement, 115,000. They get 150,000, 265,000. And can you imagine that we sit here and wait? We're not talking about the gas slip. We are not talking about all the other yama. Each senator of the Republic of Liberia walking home with over 265,000 United States dollars every year. Each of them, every year. They are making almost $2 million before they leave office. And here we are crying that it's raining on the people, crying that no jobs, crying that the children on Fender campus, they were crying no bus can take for $50 liberty. They didn't get car to go to school. Buses can't go there. But we came to rescue though. We came to rescue the bad. We came to rescue the ugly. We came to rescue the torture from George Manawia, the killing from George Manawia, the exploitation from George Manawia, the massive looting from George Manawia. We came to rescue. We came to rescue, folks, and this is my closing. That every day we will say this thing because we need to remind our people. We came to rescue folks from the $16 billion that Senator brought onto the Liberian people. We came to rescue folks from the 25 million and the COVID distribution. We came to rescue people from the central bank, the FIA money that they stole, the finance ministry that broke down in different documents, ledgers. We came to rescue folks. We came to rescue people from selling diplomatic passport. We came to rescue people because rest price was $17 or $16.50. We came to rescue. Prince Moyi came to rescue. Darius DeLong came to rescue. Amara Kone came to rescue. The famous video when he was crying after our victory. DeLong holding the blue plastic bag. We all came to rescue. Rescue Mother, Yomli Kanga Lawrence the Pro-Tem. We all came to rescue. Are we rescuing now? Don't tell me about Josh Manawea. That the Bupla do this. The evil spirit said, Paul, I know. He said, Jesus, I know. Peter, I know. Paul, I know. They were never the disciples. Then they turned to the person and said, well, who are you? But who are you? We came to rescue. I know Nathan McGill.
That sounds like a sermon that's coming on.
We came to rescue. I know Aboche. We came to rescue. I know Emmanuel Nukwe. We came to rescue. I know Samuel Twe. I know Betwawe. We came to rescue. I know Edwin Melvin Snow that need more money because the 265 plus is not enough. We came to rescue. We know them. But who are we? The we. That's also champion medication in hospital. Champion the children going to school where they can have recess and transportation is available. 7 got to get paid. Now 150. Not $5,000 a year. What the lawmakers is walking home with $265,000 and above. We came to rescue. Where are we, folks? We say this every day to remind ourselves that with the hope and believe, I don't want no senator coming to tell me, say, I'm a light or I'm a rescue senator. No, you are not. If you want to be a rescue senator, cut that $265,000 down. If you want to be a rescue senator, use the one vehicle for 9 years. If you want to be a rescue senator, refuse the $150,000 and let the community take it. If you want to be a rescue senator, refuse the $10,000 that you were just given. Don't take it and cover it and say, I'm a rescue senator, we're doing the right thing. If you want to be a rescue senator, be a rescue senator. Or else, be like the rest of them. And the Liberian people will make a decision. This is bad, folks. One senator working over 265,000 plus. One senator. This is huge. This is wickedness in high places. I want an explanation from Amara Kone. I want an explanation from Darius DeLong. I will call their name 100 times because I know the rest of them. I want Yomli to explain. Rescue Mother to explain what is she rescuing. What shall we say then? Shall we continue while our people die in poverty? Shall we continue to be quiet while senators can fly out of the country when they are going on medical leave? Shall we continue? What shall we say then? Should we just sit and wait and they go on Facebook and write nonsense like they are angels? Hey man, DeLong, you fool us all. Hey, Americana, you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust and readjust. You never told the people that you are making over 265,000. Hey, man, who can we hope on? Who should we believe? But the Lord watch between you and me, man. While we asking for the goodness of our country. Whenever you find yourself, pray for Liberia. It's not too late. Hope, trust, believe that God somewhere, somehow will redeem our nation. Let's give it back to you, Sister Glennie. Let's give it back to you, Dr. Buple. Let's give it back to you, Asitu. Let's give it back to you, Fadika. These two shall pass. Liberia will be better. It's painful. It's hurtful that our own people lying to us. Like the songwriter said, the fool, they lied to us. Glennie, talk to us, please. I'm done.
Well, I guess it was an interesting show, starting from the retreat budget, what's in the budget, to the statement from the pro tem that it was only 47,000, approximately 50,000 used for the retreat. We also had Senator Moi on, who came and talked about the fact that the funds that they had received prior to the retreat were funds that were allocated for. We would hope that the changes that need to be made to the budget will be made sooner rather than later. They can always say, let's use this money, even though it's in the budget, let's use it for this and that, depending on how it benefits the Liberian populace. Still disappointed in how they're treating the people who have returned home. This is home. This is not somewhere that they're coming to visit. So when you're going home and you're not coming home in a war-torn time, your experience should be better. And it's sad. It's something that needs to claim the attention of everybody in the government, not just the people in Bon County, but more so Bon County, because you have to be hospitable to your guests. These people are guests in your county. They should be treated better. Somebody should be responsible. Someone should be concerned about their well-being and to ensure that they are treated well. I would hope that there's a process for furnitures in the Senate or House of Representatives. What we saw before, people moving furnitures out, and Senator Moise said, oh, they sign up with extra furniture. That's not a great process. How is it that people are coming to an office and you're expecting them to buy? If you have 39 senators, you give each of them $5,000 to fix their office. How is that a better process? I mean, we're in an advanced society. That's not how it should be done. I'm coming to work or I'm coming to an office. It should already be furnished. I shouldn't be coming and wanting. I should come and use the furniture that's in the office. I shouldn't be coming and wanting leather chair for my comfort. If that's it, then that's different. The government should not be the one to say, here is $5,000, go and furnish your office. And how many times are they going to keep doing that? That process is not a great process. It's not something that they should have and be proud to talk about. That's wrong. Other than that, we just hope and pray that Liberia gets better, because that's why we are all here. That's why we all talk. That's all we all advocate. We come here and we talk about Liberia because we want better for our country. It's not to say who's right or who's wrong, but we have to be objective in our stance and say what's right. If it's wrong, we need to say that it's wrong. But it's been great, great being here. Tomorrow is my birthday, so I just want everybody to know that. 365 days around the year, I've been given an opportunity to see tomorrow. I'm excited about it. So,
are you coming on the show tomorrow?
I don't know. It's my birthday. I will decide.
What about the yeah? I got free ticket.
Ask them to.
What about the I got free ticket.
Thank you, everybody. Great show.
Glenny.
Happy birthday.
No, I mean Mama Vincent. No, that's okay. No, that's okay. That's okay.
Today was my daughter's birthday. Anyway, happy birthday to them.
Are they twins though?
I have two sets of twins, 2 girls and 2
boys. So the 2 of them, they are twins.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank
Congrats
you.
to them.
I'm a blessed woman. Very blessed.
You used to be blessed. Till you got on spoon.
Once blessed is always blessed.
Then you got on spoon. That's a booklet.
I continue to wait for the day and the time when we shift gears and be the rescuers that the people are hoping for and needing in Liberia. The opportunity is still there, but time is slipping away. I listened to the senator tonight, whom I respect. And on every issue, I didn't hear solutions. Leaders don't explain problems. They don't rationalize. They offer solutions. I asked about social services in the county. The senator didn't say anything. But, oh, we will try for the next year to have something in the county so our citizens don't keep coming after us and filling our offices every day. He spoke nothing about that. I talk about scholarship. He said so much money have been appropriated and allocated, but it's a big difference between allocation and distribution. And I know that firsthand now that I'm on the ground in academia, it's a struggle to get that money for the students who we educate. We talk about the returnees, and he had to go to this program, and he's being briefed. This is not a construction project where they send you the notes and tell you where you are on any given day. These are people. These are people, and presence matters. So you stop there, you say, how do you say we care about you, we'll do our best for you, and you move on. So I'm very disappointed. But I will say this in closing. With all of the challenges, I personally feel and know by giving the numbers that our lawmakers are grossly overpaid. People's pay in a country is a function of its gross domestic product median income. We have this disparity where the lawmakers make all this money. And you are right, other people, executive branch, they paying money to unnecessarily large salaries and benefit. But we're talking to the lawmaker. And there's this disparity. But here is where I think all this blame cannot be on the lawmakers. The budget is a collaboration between the legislative branch and executive. And when the lawmakers put their stuff together, the executive put it together, the senator, lawmakers do their thing, the president have to sign. I would like to see our president fight a rescue battle for the people. In other words, look at the budget and say, no way we're going to pay this much and allocate it. Fight that's needed, and the people will back the president. He's the only person in the country that were elected by all the people. All these wonderful lawmakers, they were elected from district and from their county. The president was elected by the whole nation, a conglomeration of citizens across 15 counties. I want to see our president fight for people and don't just sign budget that look just like the same one. So how are we different? How do you distinguish yourself? Commonality is harder to detect, but contrast is easy. So now is the time to differentiate and to produce the contrast so the people in Liberia can start to gain confidence that, gee, we're moving in the right direction. I'm so tired of my friends in government saying, well, just wait. Well, just wait. Folks, time is neutral and does not change anything. It is people's activity in time that does. And if we keep doing the same thing over time, we'll keep getting the same result. So, Mr. President, fight for the people. The next budget are coming, they want to come in. Look at the budget and see the appropriation allocation and make sure that the people are getting their fair share. And I think we'll be in a better place as we move forward. I am hopeful that our tomorrow will be better than our yesterday. Thank you, CEO.
Yes, sir. We are all hopeful. We're going to go to Minister. Let's go to Al Fadiga. Let's give Fadiga respect. He was here before, our little brother, Asido. But actually, I really don't want Fadiga to be the last to close in a way. I want Asido to be last. Fadiga.
So Asido, Tabata can talk and be the last thing. Okay. But I will say this. Stanton, the problem in Liberia would not be solved by sentiment. When you live in the U.S., I think Dr. Brooklyn, Dr. Brooklyn, how long have you been on the ground? Have you been here for long, or you just moved back to?
Almost a year now. Almost a year.
Yeah, that's good enough time to see. Look, Stanton, one of the things that you will learn when you get into Liberia is people have cultivated this subculture that embrace a lot of things that we don't usually see in the US, and they have done it so much to the point that they do not believe that there's anything wrong with it. But what I do believe is that if you stick to your gun and you are persistent, those in your inner circle can start to see things differently. This is how I think we can solve this problem. When I look at the senators, the few ones that I've interacted with and look, these guys, they are very brilliant, nice, regular Liberians that happens to have a position that is very difficult to see. Senator Moy says something just now that I've never looked at it from that perspective before, but I think he struck a real good chord. He said there are other branches in government that make money, but nobody go after them. That probably even make more money than us. They get the same gas bill, they get cars and something, but nobody goes to the office every day as they do lawmakers who are elected. And I think he made a good point there. But here is where these guys are making mistake. Because they are more focused on getting re-elected, this culture that they have cultivated over the years, they do not want to do anything about it because the dependency equates to vote. So if people are depending on you, they will come and you can purchase your way to your re-election. So that's what they do. So in as much as it can be annoying and kind of pinch your pocket, it keep that base around. Look at the election. Look at our representative election or legislative election. The margin, the win margin is very small, about 100, 200. Sometimes look at the one with Prince Ato. It was so small you have to like act for a recount. So they just need to keep that base around. I think the rescue government have made some strides. If you look at the budget, it was reduced. I'm sure next year we can reduce it further. And until we reach to some point that the legislature actually become unattractive, that people that go there, and I think, let me just say this because I don't want to take too much time, that until we can reduce the term, 9 years is just too much for anybody to do anything. You give someone 9 years making similar amount. I don't see why people want to change anything. If you reduce it, people will work harder to want to do something in 6 years than in 9 years. So when we talk about the problem, we are just talking on the surface. The real problem is that we have a system that is messed up all over. Where in the world you see one person stay in the legislature for 9 years, just one term? Even the greatest democracy in the world that we tend to emulate, the United States, is 6 and 4. What's stopping us from doing the same? How did somebody in the right mind think that it is okay for one person to serve for 9 years? That if that child is born, by the time he reach 18, if that senator was bad, he got 18 bad years under that representative lawmaker. So what they do, what they not do, these guys are elected officials, elected by Liberians who employ them. I'm starting to stop seeing them as the main problem and look at, because we have enough blame to go around. We need to look at the entirety of this thing, that people put them there. They are not like ministers that serve at the will and pleasure of the president. They serve at the will and pleasure of the people who keep re-electing them. For what? I don't know. So we have to be mindful. We can beat them all we want, but they were elected. Now we need to elect in our people to demand and how to look for the best one among them. And then change a lot of the things. First, with that term limit. Change the term limit, the lawmakers will start to change their way. Don't change the term limit. We got no reason. 9 years. You know what 9 years is?
Thank you. Fatiga, thank you very much. You're right.
You
for
make
change.
your inbox me say poor justification. I'm not being poor.
Thank you very much. That keep you in Ketema. That keep you in Ketema conversation.
But don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Ketema was my brother before. You gotta know him. Thank you. But Stanton, it is what it is. As sad as this may seem, I'm glad that Senator Moore was able to clarify that indeed he spent $50,000 because I too was shocked. But Fadiga, what you are all over the place. I'm not all over the place. I'm just trying to say that.
Thank you, Fadiga. Let me bring in Asido. Go ahead. Thank you, Fadiga. Asido, go ahead.
So, you know, I don't know for a fact at what time in our lives will we start to take off whatever hat we have on our head to look in the mirror and ask ourselves real hard questions. You know, there's this parable that said sometimes the rejected stone becomes the cornerstone. It is okay to always make mistakes, but it is not okay for that to be a continuous process. You have to readjust. Yes, we had an election. Propaganda and lies were all around the place. Today, I think we need to take a little reflection on ourselves. Those things that we disagreed with, those things that we accused people of, those things that we said blah, 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 and look at where we are today. Like I've always said, George Weah will be my president for a long time to come. He will be my leader. Because I have seen with my eyes his decision-making ability, the way he thinks, the way he looks at things. Fadiga, you are here today, January or June 12, 2024, talking about the Senate term being so long, 9 years. Fadiga, the man who they say he know nothing, George Weah, he proposed a referendum for terms to be reduced. Fadiga, he wanted the president's term to be reduced to 5 years, the representative to 5 years, the Senate to I think 7 or 6 years. The Unity Party rejected that. They say he didn't know book. Fadiga, today you are saying the same thing, my brother. Even if you hate someone, there are times you want to be a little truthful to your conscience. Think about it, Fadiga. He proposed just exactly what you are saying today. But being that it was the era of propaganda and lies, so no rational thought were coming. It was only George Weah in the book. George Weah in the day. Hey, day. You are right back to exactly what he was saying. And people came and said, oh, he won't go for 3 terms. This is the man who, for the first time in history, agreed to give up power with a little over 1% of vote margin. Somebody should think. That man, some of us bear with him. We sat with him. We talked to him. He is one person that can do Liberia good. I don't care whether we have come back to power or not. I know what he stands for. I want you to think about it. Listen, we listened to the senator. The senator climbed Mount Everest. He came down. He explaining my own big brother. Who will ever think that they didn't expect all of this? Where were you during the Unity Party rule, man? Unless you were under the ocean. These are not strange. We sounded the alarm for the propaganda. They hate, they envy, they jealousy at George Weah. They beclouded people rational thought. One of my brother and friend Kev Hassan referred to the rescue team the way it looked as people, he called them political hustlers. I will want to use another term. This whole blah of a rescue seems to be like a rescue hustlers. What has this rescue government done different from what George Weah did? The only difference is they are doing it double. Look at the whole Liberia since the rescue came to power. Tell me one promise this rescue people said was bad that it changed. Harmonization is still there. Civil servant salary, not a single month civil servant got paid on time since this government came to power. Not a single month. Think about it. Just think, open your eyes a while. Forget about the hate. I hate Joria and I let him look at the reality of life. The issue of rice price increase. Daily life, living expenses increase. Exchange rate increase. $1 scratch card price increase. Where are we, rescue? And then when we talking, some little people will come, Joria, he finished, he will never be president again. And I can just laugh and say, D, if you don't know something. 6 years from now, the people will be judging between what judge we are dead and what rescue did.
Thank you.
You remove him from power because you say you could do it better and you do it less. And then you will tell the same people, oh no, he was doing it. No, he didn't do it good, but we didn't do it too good. I'm sorry for Liberia. We are at a bad place. The country is the country is bleeding.
Brother Isidore, thank you very much. It's good to have you in the United States where your current will not go and where food will be on your table. You will not have to pay $18.50 for the bag of rice. Your kids are doing pretty good, and we're so happy that you're here in the United States. You're looking fresh, you're getting your complexion back, and those are good things. Sister Glendy, happy pre-birthday to you. My dear sister, we wish you well. We're going to sing a birthday song. Maybe he will take you out and you will not be able to come on the show tomorrow. So we're asking you whether you will come. And so maybe, okay, then maybe she will take you out, he or she, wherever it is. We want to say happy birthday to you guys. I can sing this song alone.
Your birthday reaching out tomorrow.
Yeah, but if we don't do it now, then it means we miss you though. Okay, let's wait for tomorrow then. No problem.
Wait for tomorrow.
Let's wait for Dr. Richardson, join us, and the rest of the guys. We want to say happy birthday.
No happy birthday to me here today. Wish me bad luck.
Oh.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, Glenny. No problem. Good night, Glenny. That's a problem. Good night, yeah. Good night. Take care. Fadiga, good night. I said to him, I said, saying good night to you, Fadiga.
All right, I'm out, man. See you guys. Great show.
Great show. Thank you very much, Fadiga. Tomorrow. All right. As always, good night to you, my brother. You're not in Liberia again. Go take a walk. The children putting you, I know.
So,
I said, how you feeling now? After 2-3 years, you are back home.
All days out after 3 years. They didn't tell you. You didn't do the program, no. I came to America even before the election. Yeah. I told you the last time. If I have been out, I'm going to be here. Move on here, go to Europe, come back. You know.
I got a picture on you when you're leaving, man.
You even know where I pass away. I'll come in. I'll beg you. Nobody even knew I got the paper.
Okay. You forget you talk. You forget you talk to me.
But Nelson, I just remember, my man, you went to Beacon and those people went to you, my man. Tell me. My man, Nelson, I was listening to it and I said, why are you guys doing this to Nelson, man? I mean, the people.
Everyone was selling for Nelson. They said you for spoon. You for spoon. That spoon for that spoon. That spoon.
They said your woman's just calamity. Your everything getting no.
I
thought you needed to check the hospital because the beating those people gave you please tell her.
Alende under the sycamore tree or Nule.
No, it's not the sycamore tree. That's the reality of life in Liberia. Brother, the amount of hope this government gave the people, the assurance, the amount of things they talk.
I said, thank you, man.
Yeah. The Papa will be passing, they will be booing him. Oh, you fool us. You were being like
I said, though, thank you very much. It's always good to have you.
They want me to talk the show.
No, but I want us to discuss this, though. Is it true that Tawon Gonglo is criticizing this government now?
Oh, his party.
Yeah, he's chairman.
The LPP.
Yes. Yeah. They said President Boakai is lofa dancing the government that the word they use. According to them, after they made that statement, we decided to verify which from the angle of the CDC. And it was a sure thing that 51.3% of all government appointees come from one county, Lofa. And like I've always said, propaganda is good to win you a
Yeah, even today, let me say though, you have the NPA, you have Commerce, you have LRA, you had Finance, you have almost 5 different ministerial entity.
Oh, yeah.
You got this Edwin Snow clip that I asked you to upload.
Yeah,
I want us to listen to what Edwin Snow said because then I will go eat. But surprisingly, they couldn't agree together on CTN and MedTech. What is happening? They couldn't agree on CTN and MedTech. And Aminata was right there. She said, listen, everything they asked us to do, we have done it. Ask them. I mean, I thought we were getting into this thing like mature adults, people that know government. I seriously, I thought we're getting into this thing, but maybe we can keep that for tomorrow because I don't want to be alone with Acid do. But Acid, come on. Who actually signed the contract? I mean, why they couldn't come together to discuss? What's lacking? What's happening? Everybody had was, listen, I watched that thing all day today. Damn, folks. My number, sir, my number is 609-649-4206. Somebody is asking for my number, 6. I'm going to put it right here. That's my number, 609-649-4206. Please call me. Send me a text on WhatsApp. That's my number, WhatsApp, anyway, that's it. Now you have it. You can call me or you can text me and let's talk. But as a man, it's good to see you again. Have a good night. Nelson, forget that thing. I wanted to play the Edwin Snow clip. You didn't get it ready. But again, we have to do this to save our country. Because of the people, the struggle continues. As it do, have a good night, my brother.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
and before you go, you want to know that the people you talk about, the commerce minister was at the legislature and he is advocating for MedTech to remain. The same people that said Samuel Toy and Joe Weah were taking MedTech money and putting in the pocket. Today now we need to ask them who is taking MedTech money now and putting in the pocket. The other people said they want.
MedTech is coming back on Monday. MedTech will be their own money, but at City and they were talking about today. I'm confused, man. Like everybody had their own story and everything just crazy. But we are where we are. With God above, our right to prove, we will overall prevail. Have a good night, folks. Bye-bye.
Well, folks, we want to say thanks to all of you out there for being here again with us tonight on another edition of the program Spoon Talk. This is Liberia's premier talk show on radio and online. This is where Liberians gather every single day to get the news, to get to know what's happening across the country, to get objective analysis on the everyday happenings in the country. This is where Liberians come. And of course, we're always live online. We're live on Facebook, Spoon TV. And sorry if you're trying to get us on Fabric. We are trying to resume our regular live stream on Fabric and that of Super TV online on Facebook. But we're also on YouTube. The YouTube handle is Spoon Talk Live. You can catch us on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, you can try to do so. And if you're on YouTube, you haven't subscribed to our Facebook handles, kindly try to do so. And just keep informed so you keep getting all of the updates across the country with respect to the happenings. I'd like to say welcome. Thanks to our folks in Radio Land. We've been live across the Spoon Network, Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5. Thanks to the partner radio stations across Liberia. Thanks to Trust FM in Bome County. Thanks to Gibby FM in Margibi. Thanks to Premier FM in Bone County. And of course, that's Trend Radio in Grand Creek County. And till we come your way again, have a good night. My name is Nelson Collier. Coming up shortly will be the late night show. Until then, have a good night. You can make up time to join us shortly on the late night show.
Yeah, yeah, Tuto Spoon.